become okay to let a change fade away. To let a change fade away, a change fade away, to let a change fade away, to let a change fade away. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight. I hope I can live for the fight, live for the fight. I just wanna make things better, to the point things couldn't be better, couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't return the light. You can't replace a 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 light. You can't replace the life. 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 You can't replace the light. You can't replace the life. You can't replace the life. You can't replace the life. Peace. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today, this evening. But I got a lot on my mind and I'd like to address it. So vibe with me. I feel like they've just awoken the beast. If I'm right, no more numbers asleep. Beats will snare to the beats. Parts of march in the streets. Cars stored in the fleets. Nothing harbor the seats. How are we to succeed? We aren't allowed to breathe. Drowning without a cease. Seeing flesh compounded on peeps. We weaves increase to a cease. Many me's becoming extinct. Mother's birth ends as a least. Fathers unravel the breach. We go through this without a choice. No King Malcolm's to spark our voice. They exclude to make fires moist. Only truth I'll exploit. In hopes I said something that's worth the quote. Lights finally come on. Your mind's running off of a boat. Look, let's be more outspoken. A passion that starts open. Now I know that most of your palms closing, but please spread a wing and signal a righteous motion. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight, live for the fight. I just wanna make things better, to the point things couldn't be better, couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't return to life. Now I know that's easier said than done, ain't it? Such a beautiful people, they can't but burn hatred. I know it said the grass is greener on the other side, but even at such a height, you're only such a size. Tell me, would you tell a cat it ain't a cat king? Because it's got a patch and it ain't one color scheme. I tell a dog it can't go around wagging its tail, cause it ain't long enough, I have a fluffy curl. Those analogies for reality, simple patterns when using human morality. I'm not trying to argue any ideology, I'm just speaking on the ideas we all can see. Yo, I believe in a better tomorrow, as sure as the moon leaves and the sun follows. Sure, the gravity on this earth is borrowed, and the weight we bear have been more than a carload. But y'all know a helping hand is impartial. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight, live for the fight. I just wanna make things better, to the point things couldn't be better, couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't return to life. Okay. Tell me something, yo. When did it become okay to let a change fade away? When did it become okay to let a change fade away? To let a change fade away, a change fade away, to let a change fade away, to let a change fade away. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight, live for the fight. I just wanna make things better, to the point things couldn't be better, couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't return to life. You can't replace a light. 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 You can't replace the life. 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 You can't replace the light. You can't replace the life. You can't replace the life. You can't replace the life. Peace. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today, this evening. But I got a lot on my mind and I'd like to address it. So vibe with me. like they've just awoken the beast. If I'm right, no more numbers asleep. Beats will snare to the beats. Parts are marching the streets. Cars stored in the fleets. Nothing harbor the seats. How are we to succeed? We aren't allowed to breathe. Drowning without a cease. Seeing flesh compounded on peeps. We weaves increase to a cease. Many me's becoming extinct. Mother's birth ends as a leash. Fathers unravel the breach. We go through this without a choice. No King Malcolm's to spark our voice. They exclude to make fires moist. Only truth I'll exploit. In hopes I said something that's worth the quote. Lights finally come on. Your mind's running off of a boat. Look. Let's be more outspoken. A passion that starts open. Now I know that most of your palms closing, but please spread a wing and signal righteous motion. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight. Live for the fight. I just wanna make things better to the point things couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't return to life. Now I know that's easier said than done, ain't it? Such a beautiful people, they can't but burn hatred. I know it's said the grass is greener on the other side, but even at such a height, you're only such a size. Tell me, would you tell a cat it ain't a cat king? Because it's got a patch and it ain't one color scheme. I tell a dog it can't go around wagging its tail, cause it ain't long enough I have a fluffy curve. Those analogies for reality, simple patterns when using human morality. I'm not trying to argue any ideology, I'm just speaking on the ideas we all can see. Yo, I believe in a better tomorrow, as sure as the moon leaves and the sun follows. Sure, the gravity on this earth is borrowed, and the weight we bear have been more than a carload. But y'all know a helping hand is impartial. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight. Live for the fight. I just wanna make things better to the point things couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't return to life. Okay. Tell me something, yo. When did it become okay to let a change fade away? When did it become okay to let a change fade away? To let a change fade away, a change fade away, to let a change fade away, to let a change fade away. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight. Live for the fight. I just wanna make things better to the point things couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light. Can't return to life. You can't replace a light. You can't replace a light. You can't replace a light. You can't replace a life. You can't replace the 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 life. You can't replace a life. You can't replace a life. You can't replace a life. Peace. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today, this evening. But I got a lot on my mind and I'd like to address it. So vibe with me. I feel like they've just awoken the beast. If I'm right, no more numbers asleep. Beats will snare to the beats. Parts are marching the streets. Cars stored in the fleets. Nothing harbor the seats. Yo, what up? This is Admin Negro Lantern.
This is Admin Blade.
And here you are again on another episode of Blerd Lines on Nerd Unpacked.
I got so close to saying Doom again.
Look, man, we know what it is. We know exactly what it is. Today's episode is sponsored by Bose Spuds again. Yo, if you guys actually got to see the crossover stream with Admin Invincible.
It was amazing.
Phenomenal. Bose Spuds was the place where we shot the stream. Not to mention, Bose Spuds also provided us with food. It was amazing. It's fucking good. Food was great.
Amazing fries, great chicken tenders. Spicy mayo sauce was fucking good as shit. Like I think I ate most of the spicy mayo sauce.
Drink selection was on point. And so if you haven't been able to tell already, disclaimer, we do get foul at times.
All the time.
Not ridiculously out of line, but we are adults here, and so
we are also expressive, clearly. So there is no tongue biting here. Everybody's here pretty honest. So even if you're a guest on the show, you come in, you're usually pretty honest. Even if you're somebody who calls in, you're usually the type of person that curses anyway. So for those of you that don't know, that's the disclaimer.
I don't think nobody watches this show that doesn't curse anyway. So.
And as usual, comment, share.
Please share.
And you got to be active, guys. That in the crossover episode, we had a lot of people, but everybody was just like dwelling, like just watching, And we did great. 1,000 views, man, on one setting. Reached. So, yeah, crazy amount of people reached on that one.
Yo, that was for a Sunday. Sunday
you
morning.
Took it right out of my mouth on a Sunday, man. So you guys get your shout outs too. Nothing is more important than acknowledging you guys, because without you guys, we wouldn't be anybody, right? We wouldn't be nothing. There's no way.
I would.
There's no way for this to exist without you guys. So please get your shout outs. If there's somebody in your family who's having a birthday, if you want to, I don't know, speak to the spiritual guides through this channel. Whatever it is, get your shout outs, man. We just want to give everybody an opportunity to have a voice. And never forget that while we are having our discussions, you can call in and express yourself verbally.
Speaking of Admin Invincible, he just jumped in.
Once again, congratulations, Admin Invincible, on this weekend's stream. We enjoyed having you here in the city.
Exactly.
We know things started out a little hectic.
Rocky as shit.
But it all worked out. And I for one, I can't speak for Admin Blade, but for sure, I definitely enjoy being able to spend time with you, homie. You know what? And I want this to go on record, because I told my wife once I got back, I was like, now we know Admin Invincible is a big guy, but until you're standing in front of Ian, you don't realize just how Gandalf the Grey he is.
This motherfucker, yo, again.
Yo, that nigga stood up from the seat when I got to the restaurant where we met up. That nigga stood up from the seat and he looked at me.
Howard.
And that nigga was like, I thought you'd be taller. I was like, I wonder if he'll let me pass him. That was the first thing that went through my mind. I was like, fuck, he's huge.
I was like, holy shit. I did not expect him. Between you're taller than me. I've grown to accept that you're going to be taller than me. But I'm so used to being amongst the tallest. I'm not used to being the shortest in the group. So you and Static is taller than me also. I didn't think Ian would be taller than me.
Yo, Ian isn't, see, and like I tried to explain to my wife, Ian's not big guy with height on him. Ian is a massive human being. Like, people love to be like, oh, you're now, first off, I'm way bigger than I was 4 years ago, right? Way bigger than I was. I was way more athletically built 4 years ago, right? I still have like shape to me, but I definitely, but I don't have like the abdomen to go with it anymore. So, but I've always heard, no matter what size I was, even when I was small, like I always heard like I'm a massive person, I'm a big guy, right? Yeah. But Ian is true. If I'm massive, Ian is fucking beyond that. That motherfucker is built like the newest villain in Dragon Ball Super. I don't know how else to fucking put the shit. That's a big motherfucker. He looks like what Icelandic people look like on murals. Like, there's no fucking other way to put that. Admin Invincible, not only is he like storing all this great first off, creative knowledge, because Tough Skin Comics will show you guys exactly what I know from some of his work. But like all this great stuff in the community that this man has, and like his other ambitions. Of course, he's obviously a big deal on the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. I mean, this man was part of the top 20. There's no way to say he's not one of the greats right now in the community. But
speaking of, we got to put a team together.
That man's massive, bro. That's a big guy. There's no way to put. He's not a fat big guy. That's a massive human being. Like that dude. Look, man. Let's be mad clear. In the black community versus the white community conversations, one thing that always comes up is white people have some crazy babies. Like, they babies grow genetically crazy, right? It'd be like a 1-year-old who clearly looks like your 10-year-old, right? Sitting in a stroller. Mm-hmm. Admin Invincible looks like he skipped that whole process and just jumped out of a tank. like he spent his whole childhood in pink liquid. like,
All right, he wanted to correct you. He said he wasn't in the top 20. That was one of his teammates.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Your team. That was okay.
One band,
correction.
one sound.
Your team was in the top 20. So that is a big deal.
One band, one sound.
So nonetheless, man, phenomenal to be around Admin Invincible, man.
Yeah. I definitely enjoyed myself for like the small amount of time we had. Static somehow put it into his head that a drive from Dallas to Fort Worth was just gonna be like that.
Yeah, I got so many bars about saying that. I was like, yeah, man, it's like an hour ride. Yeah, man, you and Static gave me bars about that.
No, actually, I said
no,
I
you
said,
and Static.
I said
I have
40,
this.
I said 45 at the late. I said 45 at the least. I said at the very least 45.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check.
Do that.
Both of y'all gave me bars.
I guarantee I said 45 at the least. Because from where I stayed in Fort North
If
Dallas,
we wasn't on the street right now, I'd be so checking
from
you
where
right now.
I stayed in Fort North Dallas to fucking Fort Worth took me about 40 minutes to get there. So I know.
See, and I'm closer, and it still takes like an hour.
You're still not. You're definitely not closer.
Yeah, I'm definitely closer.
Where you at? I thought you stayed in like Mesquite or some shit.
No, I'm not in North Dallas anymore. I'm in a decked off area.
Anyways, back to the
Dallas Zoo.
Anyways, back to
Anyway, getting to you guys, man, even just having the thought of Admin Invincible in my head is heavy. So anyway, getting back to you guys, man, we're gonna have a great episode today. We're actually gonna need a lot of activity from you guys today because we were supposed to have a third person here.
Yes. Anthony, your boy flaked on me. I'm gonna say it right now. Your boy flaked on me, Anthony.
And to be honest, we gave a lot of effort to our guests. This whole episode was going to be based around our guests. So when him not being here, and we just want to be very
shit happens.
transparent with you guys, right? We want to be very transparent with you guys. So today's episode is only going to survive based on you guys
for the most part.
So we do still have our scripts here, our revised scripts here, but and we're obviously in the shout out portion right now, of course, because Bo, Spuds, and Admin Invincible. And obviously the Wise Guys as a whole, his team. So get your shout outs in. We're about to go to the chats now from YouTube and Facebook. If you are new here, as always, subscribe to our page on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Share, and word of mouth goes a long way.
Yes. Let's see. Raven said, if I disappear, my phone is dead. Just letting you guys know. Just coming back from the gym. Yeah. Something more important in the podcast right now, sir?
No, I'm reading Raven's. You know, like I've learned to read his comments slowly because he texts so fast.
Yeah.
But as always, Michael, of course, as always, man, we all appreciate you. Every last admin in the community appreciates you, bro. You actually do come up in conversation quite often.
Yeah, he definitely does. See, Ian said, Bo Spuds, my God, those fries were fucking good.
Yo,
and the orange stuff.
So we found out after you left Admin Invincible that 2 of those sauces were custom sauces.
The orange sauce was spicy mayo, and the other one was something that he created in high school and just kept it.
And what was crazy is all of us ran through those particular 2 sauces the most. The others, the barbecue and I forget what the other one was.
Ranch.
Yeah, it was ranch actually. Yeah, we didn't actually touch those as much as we did the 2 custom sauces. It's crazy.
That spicy mayo, man. That what got me. I think some of the shit got in my nose, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm trying to like get it out my nose. It just made me sneeze the whole time.
Admin Invincible, the orange stuff. Yo, that's what we kept saying. Like Admin Blade just kept saying that he was like, yeah, that orange stuff. Mm-hmm.
That orange stuff. Yeah, I don't know what y'all put in that, but that shit is good. And then he just went ahead and told us. He didn't tell us what was in it, even though I tried. But he basically like told us how the 2 came about, and
because he definitely tried to get the recipe up out of him. Shout out to Nick. What up, Nick? He says, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, Nick? What's up?
Obviously doing good here with you, man.
We should do like a food episode to where we just have like a spread of food.
Yeah, we do have so Blerd Line has some good opportunities on our table right now as a channel. And we are looking for more sponsors. So for any of you guys that see this and you are looking to sponsor, provide us with food. It's that simple. Provide us with food. It's that.
Well,
it's that
okay.
simple.
So Ian, the barbecue sauce was basic barbecue sauce. He let us know that right off the bat.
Yeah, the barbecue and the ranch was, of course, your average condiments, but the other two sauces that we ran through, like, were custom sauces, and I had no idea.
He said straight up the barbecue sauce was just Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. He's like, the ranch they make from scratch, but it's just basic ranch. But the barbecue sauce was just, you can go buy that shit from the store. But that fucking orange sauce, the spicy mayo, was just hands down. That shit was just good. I feel like if anybody comes to Dallas, I'm taking them there like right off rip.
Yo, what up, Lewis? Always great to have you as well.
What's going on? It's like between him and Raven, who comes in the most?
Raven never fails. Never fails.
Yeah, Raven probably gets here first.
Yeah, never fails. Never fails. You know what's crazy? What's actually crazy is admin Dirk is not here right now. He usually comes in a little later. So here we go. Let's get into the script, guys. Unless you guys have something you want to say, let's get right into the script.
Flood the messages with versus battles if you have any. I just want to clear up one thing. The Joker movie was ass. I just want to say that. It was a good movie. It was just a horrible comic book movie. A fight comes with it. And let's get to the script.
Yeah. Also on movie notes, I know that some of you guys, a huge portion of our audience who usually shows up after the show is over, a huge portion of those guys wanted us to talk about the Tom Holland Spider-Man back in the Disney situation.
We were supposed to get on that, and that is all thanks to Tom Holland.
And yeah, so as I said,
that motherfucker's the perfect Spider-Man because he's being Spider-Man off screen.
It was smart to wait to talk about it because crazy amounts of information. When you show up, it was crazy amounts of information that dropped after. So talking about it immediately when it happened made no sense because we have so much more information on that now. So we may or may not get into that. But for the most part, for you guys that usually show up later and kept asking about that in the comments, or even inboxed us, we clearly caught up on the news, man, and there's a lot. And if you didn't catch up on it, there's a lot to dig into.
I'm not even fully caught up on it, honestly, but I know enough to talk about it a little bit if we get into it.
But today's episode, the subject is Pokemon versus Digimon.
Yes.
Storylines, creations, movies, video games, and
toys, influence, impact, just the whole 9 yards. Personally, this is why we wanted a third, because both of us are so set on Digimon being the better of the two.
Yeah, you took that right on my mouth. I don't see what this discussion could possibly be outside of sales.
I see impact. I see Pokemon taking impact. That is the only thing I can see Pokemon taking.
I just see sales.
I see Pokemon taking impact. I see Pokemon taking sales, of course. But as far as like video games, Digimon has far superior video games.
Okay.
The anime, yeah, Digimon has better video games, bro. Like Digimon, yeah, bro, that shit is better. Anyway, we'll get into it. The anime goes to Digimon hands down. It's the story goes to Digimon. The toys go to Digimon. Like Digimon toys were much better than Pokemon toys. The trading card game goes to Digimon. Like Pokemon just survived off popularity. Honestly, it's a landslide. For
Digimon. but even then, like Digimon had a crazy popularity. I actually bought a Digidex.
So I feel like this is why I feel like Digimon was so. I feel like Digimon died out because it kept changing, it kept evolving.
I don't think that
throughout you can't say.
I think Digimon was a victim of its producers. Like, okay, so we know Warner Brothers had Pokemon. Like, remember Warner Brothers had Pokemon going for a very long time, super consistent, right?
Yeah.
The problem was Digimon on Fox Kids. The Fox Kids schedule consistently changed, and Digimon took L's through that. And that was a huge problem for Digimon. Now, I don't know the full extent.
I just feel like because Pokemon, like throughout, literally every season was the exact same story with different side characters. Like Ash stayed the same. You knew every season was going to be Ash and Pikachu trying to make it to the fucking Pokemon League.
Well, see, for my opinion, I think it's not necessarily them. It's the fact that Pokemon increased the rosters. You know, there was always this introduction of new Pokemon.
Yeah, that too. But even then, like over time, it got so a set of keys became a Pokemon at one point in time.
Yeah, I mean the alphabet. Remember?
The unknown. I think that was pretty cool though. I think.
But I'm just saying, like they, they were drawing from any and everything.
Fucking ice cream cone became a Pokemon.
So the reason I don't say game, let's jump right into the games. The reason, because I'm clearly a huge gamer. Let's jump right into the game. So a reason that I don't agree on the games is because yes, Digimon's a lot of people don't even remember this, but Digimon had a tournament platformer, which is Super Smash Brothers like
Digimon
right?
World. It was like Digimon World. Yeah, Digimon World.
Loved it, especially with my favorite Digimon being from the Imp evolution, from Impmon evolution. Like I loved it. The Warp Digivolving and stuff. Like I hate that game didn't continue on. But nonetheless, when I think about the comparison of like Digimon games, with that being the only thing I really love from them versus like all the Pokemon games, I can say I love Emerald, I love Silver, I loved Gold,
but it's the same.
But I loved them though. Like nonetheless, like I put way more effort into them than I ever did Digimon.
But see, this is why I think that Digimon was better, because like people are constantly asking for the same goddamn Pokemon games. Like that's all they want is Yellow to be remastered and Red to be remastered and Blue to be remastered.
See, I definitely wasn't part of that group, but I definitely wanted to play them consistently. Even now, like I want an emulator for my phone now that allows me to play like one of the more modern Pokemons on my phone.
Like nobody's like I feel like again Pokemon survived off of staying the same.
But
the exact same.
There is 2 Digimon games for mobile. Shout out guys. Or just a heads up, guys. For your mobile device that are phenomenal, like graphically crazy and vast in options.
I was wrong. It was Rumble Arena. It wasn't Digimon World. It was Digimon Rumble Arena. That was the Super Smash Brothers version of Digimon games.
Okay. So that's good though.
Which we both were thinking the same. It was probably the best Digimon game, and I think it's better than most Pokemon games, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think as far as that game goes, like being a versus game, of course, puts it in a different category. But
yeah,
as far as gaming goes, like I love that game. I would love to have a remaster of that over a Pokemon game. I'm just being honest, but I definitely indulged in loads of Pokemon games.
I did because they were
for countless hours.
They were easier to access. So it was way easier to access a Pokemon game than it was to get your hands on a Digimon game. Damn near every store had Pokemon games. Not
also,
every store
I wasn't a PlayStation fan at the time.
Well, even then, even when I had my Nintendo 64, even when I had a
Dreamcast.
Even when I did have Xbox, like I don't even think Digimon dropped a Nintendo game.
I don't think they dropped on Dreamcast.
I don't think they dropped one for Xbox either. But like, it's just Pokemon games were just so easily they were so easily accessible. It's just you can get them bitches everywhere for damn near any system. It's just easier to get to them. That doesn't make them better, in my opinion. I think Digimon World Rumble was probably the best fucking Digimon game and better than most Pokemon games.
I know when the one that dropped on the PS4 came out, it was super hype. Everybody was hype.
I think that was Cyber Sleuth.
They were pretty. So much talk around that game, man.
That was an amazing game too.
But I'm gonna be honest. As a Tekken fan, I was a little more interested in trying to play the Pokemon Tekken version.
But yeah, it's just, to me, Digimon has better games because they're not all repetitive. There's not 20 years of the same.
Yeah, but there's also not as much of them either. Let's go to the comments. Let's see what people have to say.
Let's see. I gotta go all the way back up because motherfuckers been talking. See, Ian said Pokemon evolution taps out so early. I don't like I love the fact that Digimon can de-evolve. Like they can digivolve up to the most powerful form, and then when they're done, after they exerted so much energy, they devolve back down to their basic ass lovable cute form.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to devolve a Digimon.
You can't really devolve a Pokemon though. He also said the Digimon card game was ass. I think it was pretty good. Pokemon just had more time to grow.
But you know what was really hot for Digimon? Remember the Chia Pet trend?
Tamagotchis.
Yo,
You talking about the Chia? Yo, you talking about the Chia Pets?
Remember when Digimon had them? You had to slide the cars and stuff like.
Tamagotchis.
Yo, I was in love with that.
You know what? This is what people forget about Digimon. And when people say Digimon was a clone of Pokemon, it wasn't. Digimon was literally created to promote Tamagotchi. Like, and that the whole first season was just them trying to promote the Tamagotchi wave. Like, everything about season 1 was just them trying to promote that shit. And then it caught on, and season 2 became a little less about Tamagotchi and became more about making a really solid story. Then season 3 was easily the best fucking season out of Pokemon and Digimon. Fucking Digimon Tamers just blew everything out of the water. Kind of owe you an apology, but I'm not gonna say it on camera. But Digimon Frontier was just fucking phenomenal as fuck, which is the one where they turned into the Digimon. After that, I really didn't care for it, honestly. But I stopped caring about Pokemon after season 3.
Yeah, I've been watching Fusion, and I gotta admit, Fusion is pretty dope. It's quick. It's fast paced. Like, the whole series is fast paced. Like, some of the situations might get drawn out into 2 episodes, but the action is consistent throughout the show. Like, they keep drama up throughout Digimon Fusion, so I can't hate on them. I've been watching it since last episode, and I can honestly say, like, though it's not gonna make me watch a lot of anime again, it has still been something I can stomach.
Let's see. Nick said Digimon does not have better video games than Pokemon. I think they do, because they don't stay the same. Like, Pokemon.
Nick is not having that.
Pokemon just sells you the same. Like, Pokemon sells you the same shit over and over again. I don't know. People say that shit about 2K, but Pokemon literally has been selling the same goddamn game for over 20 years.
Ironically, our sponsor has joined the stream and spoke. Shout out to Bo Spuds again.
Yes. We need a commercial.
He says Digimon only wins because they become so ridiculous and Pokemon just stay basic. He's talking about as far as combat.
Digimon all out fucking slaughtered.
So let's be serious. I've said this multiple times. I said it, I think, in the last podcast too, that I don't see how this could even possibly be a discussion between Digimon and Pokemon on any combat level. Even if you don't go in the depths of Digimon, like, when you see visual, you don't even have to hear sound to know what's going on. Like, visually, when you see the two, like, universes in action, they're so vastly different in power level, right? One of the most mediocre Digimon would, like, wipe the floor with all the majority of Pokemon you come up with. Now, yes, there are some Pokemon in the Pokemon universe where
a couple reality wars
they get mad ridiculous, but
it's nothing that a top tier Digimon can't handle.
Yeah, like, man, you got Digimon who create Digimon. Like, come on, son, and you can't destroy a Digimon. You can't destroy their raw data. You can't.
You'd have to legit destroy them in the digital world. Like, you'd have to destroy their code.
Yeah, but even then, like, in the digital world, you can't destroy Digimon's raw data.
No, yeah, you can.
No, you can't. I've been watching the series. I'm telling you. It's one of the first things you learn in the first 3 episodes. No, you cannot destroy a Digimon raw.
I guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so you cannot destroy their raw data. What you can do is get rid of the physical form, but they can always be brought back. One of the ways to bring them back.
You do it in the digital world.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can't destroy their raw data.
You'd have to destroy their data code.
Yeah. So
it's like Iceman. You can't destroy his physical form, but if you destroy his essence, you're
okay.
good.
Yeah, then we're on the same page. Yeah, absolutely, we're on the same page. Yeah, because you have what's called the code crown or something like that. Code keys that lead to a code crown, and, like, they could just be brought back. You know.
Let's see. Ian also said Digimon becomes so much more powerful as they digivolve. Yes. My favorite Digimon. Well, one of my favorites. I really can't pick. I have 2. My favorite Digimon is Vmon, but my second favorite is Guilmon. Guilmon's what's his champion evolution? War Growlmon. I don't see a single Pokemon that's short of Reality Warper taking out War Growlmon.
Even Guilmon is considered legendary in his first state. All of the Digimon from that series were considered legendary in their basic states.
Guilmon's legendary because he came from Tai's.
Takato's
imagination. So he's only in his first state, he's literally only limited by Takado's.
Yeah, but every last one of them, of the main Digimon from that series are legends.
Right. Renamon is faster than basically any fucking Pokemon that you could think of. And that again, that's her first. Well, technically, that's her second state. That's her second state. She's still faster than damn near any Pokemon you can think of. I don't see a single Pokemon.
Then you don't want to get into like the crazy ones like Megamon, Omegamon, Ultramon. Like you don't want to get into those.
Fucking Omnimon, Pyodramon. Fucking like it's just.
See, and then you mentioned my favorite Digimon, like Bellsmon. So like
fucking Pyodramon probably takes out any Pokemon, Arceus included. I don't see Pyodramon losing to any Pokemon.
Yeah, you could say Axnightmon. Axnightmon, which is literally a fusion of two Digimon, like, and he can devolve himself. Like he can literally unfuse himself and refuse himself, and like, dude's Tactimon. I don't see no Pokemon beating Tactimon.
Let me make sure I say this right. Pyodramon. Yep, Pyodramon. X-Vmon and whatever the fuck Wormdramon's fucking
and the big advantage is like
their fusion.
The trainers make a big difference too between the two universes. You know, you can have a trainer who has a great relationship with his Pokemon, but it's like a platonic thing and it only motivates the Pokemon, it doesn't actually increase it. And Digimon, not only does it motivate the Digimon, it makes them more powerful. It's crazy.
Your bond with your Digimon, and also,
we'll open up new evolutions.
Another thing that I like about another thing that makes Digimon better. We're supposed to be on games. We done drug this out into something else.
I mean, we got to talk about this, y'all. Yeah, we got to talk about this, man. Or y'all give us the subject to talk about.
Let's see. Something else in Digimon. You don't really choose your Digimon. Like there's that destiny aspect to it, where you and your Digimon are supposed to be partners. Like with the second season, nobody could use the crest, or nobody could get the crest. Nobody can move the egg. That's what it was. Nobody can move the egg until fucking can't think of his name right now. Came along and just what's this? And he pulled the egg and Vmon came out. Like you're destined to be with your Digimon. Agumon and Tai, like they have a bond like no other. Matt and fucking Gabumon are fucking joined at the goddamn hip. Like your Digimon is your fucking. I'd hate to say it. Your Digimon is your fucking soulmate in a sense. Like that's what makes it so much better though, because now. You have to think about it as, damn, if I had a Digimon, how close would we be? You don't necessarily have to be close to your Pokemon. Like as seen with Gary. Gary doesn't give a shit about any, well, he didn't give a shit about any of his Pokemon in the beginning. But they were crazy powerful compared to any of Ash's Pokemon.
And you know what's even crazier? Another upgrade, if you tried to put them in the same playing field, which realistically, you wouldn't take a Pokemon into the digital world. You more than likely bring the Digimon out into the real world.
You'd have to bring them out to the real world.
Son, do you understand how powerful that is to a Digimon? The real world amplifies Digimon like crazy. It's so much digital power here, like. And that's another thing too. Digimon affect the real world. Like that blew my mind. There was a Digimon who was explaining that like when you have problems with your cable and Wi-Fi connections,
it's because there's something going on.
It's because of them. Like it's because they're trying to pull power for their channels. Like it's just crazy. Like it's absolutely bonkers, man. Let's get into some of these comments. Nick says no game can touch Pokemon Red. That shit is a classic.
It's a classic, yeah, but it's not that good. It's not that great of a game.
Nick is gonna have your balls for this.
It's not that great of a game. It's literally, it's the first one, so I can't say it's a repeat. But even then, it's not that great of a game. Y'all love it for nostalgic purposes.
Now, I mean, Invincible says aside from a handful of legendary Pokemon, mega level Digimon literally are all city tier or higher. Absolutely agree. I just spoke on the same thing. I absolutely agree. There's nothing I could possibly see any Pokemon doing to Tactimon. And he's not even like the strongest. Just simple. He's like a simple Digimon leader.
The worst Digimon that I could think of is Lego Agumon, Toy Agumon, and he'd probably still take out half the Pokemon.
Puppetmon.
Puppetmon was actually pretty powerful.
He was a garbage Digimon in that universe, and that son was crazy. Then let's see.
Okay, let's stop looking at it from a fucking power standpoint, because then we're starting so biased at that point.
It's just nothing interesting to talk about from Pokemon, and that's why. At first, I was like, I probably shouldn't do this episode, but I'm glad I did because we don't even have our third like person now. So like,
Ian said, Digimon Frontier was the worst.
Yeah, he told me in person, and it's okay. We all make mistakes. That's Ian's mistake.
Digimon. Yo, okay. Pokemon Moon and Sun are pretty good as well. They're still the same. Like Sun and Moon is good. Yeah, it's great to see the little.
And don't get
changes.
me wrong, it's not like I don't like Pokemon. Mewtwo to this day is still my #1 favorite Pokemon.
Lugia is still my favorite to this day.
I know somebody out there's like, he's not even really a Pokemon. I don't care what you want to imply, man. I love Mewtwo.
Lugia is still my favorite Pokemon. Of like, that's never gonna change. That fucking second Pokemon movie was fucking amazing. Let's see. Digimon World 2 was really freaking good. It was. Digimon World 2 was very fucking good. He also said Rumble Arena was bad, which is horrible. Rumble Arena was good. What are you talking about, Ian?
He says he wants to go back and revisit a couple Digimon games.
Rumble Arena, that's all you need to play. See, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were the absolute best games, and they were still the same. Like, it's I don't see why the fuck they keep releasing, like, different... Like, why do Heart Gold, Soul Silver? It's the same goddamn game. You just get different legendaries in the end.
Ian says there are legit Digimon who can like annihilate mountains. No Pokemon has that kind of power.
War Greymon. War
crazy.
Greymon is that damn powerful. Even in Frontier, like when they first transformed, they're close to
he
that
said
fucking powerful.
Angimon could probably take Mewtwo. Let's be completely real.
Angimon could
There's so
definitely
many Digimon that would stomp the floor with Mewtwo. Just straight up Broly meets Teen Gohan his ass. Like, it's just...
Ian said, I haven't beaten a Pokemon game since Gen 4. It's the same. You beat one Pokemon game, you have beaten them all. There's nothing... and this is coming from somebody who damn near bought all of them, and I was buying into the fucking hype. Like, you're playing the same fucking game.
I wonder if there's more Spider-Man games or more Pokemon games.
Probably more Pokemon
I don't know
games.
why that just crossed my mind.
There's probably more Pokemon games. There's definitely more Pokemon games. Like, it's just like, as far as like the colors go, it's the same shit up until you start moving into like Coliseum, Rumble, Snap. Like, as far as like the colors go on the handhelds, it's the same goddamn game.
And Angimon was a legendary Digimon. To clear that up for the chat, yes, Angimon was a legendary Digimon. He was killed though. I want to clear that up. I actually saw the episode recently where he was killed, but nonetheless, like, he was still powerful.
Let's see. Dude, the Digimon had a really cool Tamagotchi type thing. Digimon was created to promote Tamagotchi. That's why it had that though. Like, it was created to promote the Tamagotchi wave, which is why they made it, like, which is why it was probably the most used in fucking season 1. Like,
I also want to point out it was my favorite Digimon that killed Angimon.
Beelzemon? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, like
it wasn't even at that state.
The first Digivices looked so much like fucking Tamagotchis that my dumbass, when it bought one, even though you could only do like 2 goddamn things on it. Let's see. He also said Gen 2 was inherently superior than the original. Are you talking Pokemon or Digimon?
Yo, shout out to Black Virgil. I don't know if that's an insinuation for a Devil May Cry pun there, but if it is, and even if it isn't, I love that name.
Oh, Jam. What's going on, Jam?
Admin Thor just joined us. Welcome, Admin Thor.
What's up?
Shout out to Northern Ireland.
Yes. Let's see. Digimon Frontier was the worst. It wasn't the worst, bro. I'm sorry. As someone that went back and rewatched all fucking seasons, it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, Digimon Frontier was that shit.
It wasn't the best.
It's still that shit.
It wasn't the worst.
Yo, I would put, I'm going to go back and rewatch it myself. And when I find out the power levels, I know I'm going to get lucky.
See,
I'm putting a Digimon Frontier character up against a Dragon Ball Z character. It's happening. I'm going to, not Dragon Ball Z, up against a Naruto character, and I'm upsetting somebody in the community.
Ian said Tamer was legit the best of all. It was.
It was, though. It was. I don't think nobody would argue against it.
Tamer's was.
Well, you know what?
You can't say that.
Maybe somebody who may appreciate Fusion more than me, maybe, because Fusion is a very good series. Very good series. I know Tamer has this nostalgia, but Fusion is pretty good.
Season 3, Tamers was just head and shoulders above any other Digimon.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Fusion to be saying that. Like, come on
It's
now.
head and shoulders above any other Pokemon fucking franchise also. Like, it's just the best of, like, if you was to, like, make a list out of, like, best and worst for both seasons and combine them, like, Tamers would be up here, and then you can start the rest of the list, like, right here.
Wow. I don't even, like, disagree with that. That's a bold-ass claim, and I don't even disagree. Also, guys, don't forget, if you ever choose to call in, or if you want to call in, the option is available to you at the bottom of your screens. Also, if there's anything that you want to post outside of this conversation in the chat, you are more than welcome to. If you want to get your shout-out still, that is always an option to you as long as we are streaming. Once again, this episode is sponsored by Bo Spuds. If you're ever in Dallas, you have to eat there. There's no other place that you should go, especially because the prices are great and the food is fucking massive for the price.
And if you're like me and you fucking love potatoes, it's easily the best place that you should go
they
to.
specialize in
potatoes, fries, baked potatoes. I'm not about to do this whole Forrest Gump shrimp thing because I was definitely going that route with it.
So we have, and then they're always throwing new stuff on the menu too, so you never know what'll be there by the time you get there. So Nick Thomas says Frontier wasn't that bad. They probably could have did better with that Digimon though.
I feel like Tamers just blew everything out. I feel like Tamers was so fucking good they didn't know how to fucking follow up with it.
I feel like Frontier was more for people like me who want to see a bigger impact from the human characters.
But see, this is what was so great about it. Digimon like constantly evolved as the seasons went. Like, and as you said, every fucking season it became more and more about the human interaction. Like, season 1 was cool. You know, you need your Digimon partner. Both of y'all have to be in tune. Season 2 was like, all right, cool. Y'all have to have the same aspect about yourself. And it has to be it has to be so strong to fucking Digimon.
What you're saying right now, I'd never thought of it that way, but now that you're saying it, I agree. So what makes Fusion so good is like, not every human in that world gets a Digimon.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. Like, it's very limited to the humans that are around in the digital world that get Digimon. And all the Digimon, you don't just collect Digimon like with Pokemon.
Yeah.
With Pokemon, you collect so many Pokemon and then you don't ever see them again. With Digimon, like, all those Digimon are active all the time.
Yeah, it ain't that you don't ever see them again. It's at your leisure when you see them again.
Yeah, but like when? Okay, let's
Whenever
say
you want to.
let's say like no. Let's say like
You literally have a choice whenever you get that Pokemon back.
You're
just have
missing.
to swap it
No,
out
you're
with
missing what I'm
something
saying. It's the series I'm talking about. You're talking about the game. I'm talking about the series.
No, I'm talking about the series. If you
Okay,
catch-
in the series,
if you have
literally,
you have
if
six
Ash has caught a Pokemon,
Yeah.
it is a long time before you see him use that Pokemon.
That's his
again.
personal choice, though.
But that's the point I'm making, bro. Throughout the series, you don't see that in Digimon. Throughout the series, Digimon, almost every episode, if not every other episode, all the Digimon are consistently used. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I thought you were saying like he just couldn't.
No, I kept trying to tell you we weren't on the same page.
I thought you were trying to say it as in he couldn't, like he really couldn't.
No,
just
that's not what I'm
because he
saying.
didn't-
I'm saying they don't show up. Like, it'll be a Digimon that you might have. I'm sorry. It'll be a Pokemon that you may have had an affinity for, and it's part of the main storyline, but you don't see it now until like the tournament comes up. Literally, and that's like 10 episodes off.
I feel like Ash is the worst fucking Pokemon trainer of all.
Right? Like, that's 10 episodes off before you see that Pokemon again. And then that Pokemon is defeated
In seconds.
Super. Like, Digimon Fusion isn't like that. Through the series, only specific people can use them. And then, like, you have to have a specific device to do it. And then, not to mention, like, if you had interactions with that Digimon played a pivotal role throughout the story.
Yeah.
Never stopped. Once they showed up, they continued to have a pivotal role in the series, and I like that about Fusion.
See, Ian said Angemon was a champion level Digimon, so no, he wasn't super OP. So this is what at the time when he was introduced.
How could I like the series where they took away the human? So it's not like that. Like, that's a super obscure way to define like Frontier. Frontier is literally based around the human relationship with the digital world. There's no two ways about it. It just, what I liked about it is it made their role way more important than it was before.
I just want to point out from what Ian said. At the time, Angemon, when Angemon was introduced, he was definitely broken as shit. Even as a champion level,
He said Ash gives them all the way. Virgil.
Even as a champion level, Angemon is still probably Yeah, he's probably beyond champion level. He's a champion level Digimon with beyond champion level power. Like, it's just shit like that happens in Digimon though. More specifically in Tamers. Renamon is way beyond her fucking class. I don't even know what the fuck she's classified as a champion level. She's way beyond the fucking champion level though. Is Renamon a fucking champion? Correct me, Ian. I know you know this off the top of your head. Is Renamon a champion level? I know I could have Googled it, but I didn't want to Google it.
Catch up on the chat.
I'm trying to see if Renamon's champion level or not. Yeah, you do that. I'm going to catch up with the chat. Whatever. My computer's being slow. Let's see. How can you like? You already touched up on that. That's the core because ass fucking gives them away, which is what I was saying. Renamon is a rookie. I was thinking her first form was her rookie form, whatever.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I got to it.
Yeah, I was thinking her like fucking little cute chibi form was fucking rookie, whatever. Don't judge me. Blah 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 blah. God damn, I hate when my computer does. It's like it closes and then I gotta like start all the way over all the goddamn comments. Seraphimon, the Mega Digivolve state was hella powerful. Seraphimon was supposed to be put off as a fucking god when she was first introduced.
This nine-tailed fox thing.
What nine-tailed fox thing?
This is one of her stages. What was that? Her second evolution, right?
Cubimon?
Fox.
Blah 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 blah. All these interactions only. Yeah.
She was the representative of God's will.
Who? Seraphimon?
Renamon.
Oh, Renamon.
Renamon was, which is an acting representative of God's will. Are you freaking serious?
I ain't know that one.
Wow, I just read that.
I'm not finna look.
That's crazy. I just read
that now.
That's crazy. Like, come on, son.
Okay. Let's get back to these comments. Speaking of movies, the Digimon movie. The Digimon movie was so much better than the Pokemon movies.
Have you seen the most recent one?
The most recent Digimon movie?
Where the first season guys are older?
Ty is older and like the Digivolve sequence was just so fucking perfect. Yeah. I fucking geeked out on that shit. Like,
you know what's crazy? I forgot I had this action figure.
Which one?
Renamon's final stage. I had so many Digimon. Like, I think the first thing I ever genuinely collected was like Digimon. Even when I could draw as a kid, like I was always drawing new Digimon.
I'm gonna say this: Digimon collectibles are so much cooler than Pokemon collectibles.
Yeah, facts.
As far as toys go, like Digimon had a lot of toys that you could create. You could make them not make them Digivolve, but like there was a Guilmon toy that I had as a kid, and it could transform into Growlmon. Like you'd have to like flip.
You know, when we were younger, toys had more effort though. Yeah, I remember how dope those huge Transformer toys.
I had one.
I wanted the cheetah one from Beast. Yo, that's crazy. Me and him have never talked about Transformers. Never. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, so yeah, toys did have a lot more effort, but it was like a Transformer basically.
Yeah, today toys I don't want to buy them.
It was a fucking. And you can't do that with a fucking Pokemon toy. Imagine getting a Charmander toy.
Then I'm an adult now, and if I buy like these icons that crazy expensive, like
yeah, them bitches do.
As far as your sponsors go, if you would like to sponsor us with new icons,
we have a lot of table space.
That's what I want to be sponsored with.
See, Nick said Frontier wasn't that bad. They probably could have did it, but you already got on that.
Are we caught up?
I guess so.
No, we're not.
Renamon was a rookie. Yeah, I corrected that. Whatever. Champion was Cubimon. I corrected that already. Digimon tried. Yeah, Digimon tried. What the hell is Digimon tried? What are you trying to say, Jam?
Oh, he was saying in the third Digimon movie was lit too.
Oh.
Yo, what up, Daryl? What up, yo? He says that the Beast Wars toys were where it's at. Yo, so I didn't even like Transformers as a kid. Really? And when I would see those action figures, bro, to be honest, I don't remember any action figure commercial as a kid. I really didn't want the toy, especially the Spider-Man stuff, where they would show you like kids at actual creeks playing with the action figures and stuff. Yo, man, I grew up, I don't even want to get into that, man. But nonetheless, like, I had so many Digimon things, bro. I've never thought about it until now. Had to be my original first collecting anything. I mean, clearly I got older, collected a lot of comics. I have a crazy amount of like classics and modern comics, but and now I've moved on to like idols.
Yeah.
So, but
since we are talking movies, what is the?
I miss the Mystic Knights collectibles, man. I know I'm rambling now, but I miss
We're
that.
not talking Power Rangers. We should do that. We should do a Power
Mystic
Rangers
Knights
episode.
wasn't Power Rangers.
I'm thinking Mystic Force then.
Yeah, I would collect those too, though.
We should do a Power Rangers episode.
We should, because I became a huge fan of Power Rangers in the past year.
I done rewatched that shit. I'm all the way up to Mystic. I'm not Mystic Force.
Yo, it's gonna be the best. It's the best series.
I'm up to Jungle Fury right now.
Okay,
which is right before Mystic Force.
Mystic is the best. Most powerful. I don't care. I know people be like Zeo Rangers. No, man. Mystic had Devil May Cry things going on.
What was the? What's your favorite Digimon movie? I'm gonna say one of those first two.
Yeah, I had to agree with you. First off, namely because it's the only one I've seen, and I have yet to watch the latest one. I am going to watch the latest one, but I've yet to do it. I said I was going to watch it after I see the Dolomite movie.
I'm watching that too.
Yeah,
I think the black person in me, the nigga in me, won't let me not watch it.
But I love Mystic Force, man. We're doing. It's official. We're going to do a Power Rangers episode.
We got to.
We're going to.
I'm trying to think though,
but we're going to have somebody else with us for that.
We got to. But as far as Digimon movies go. Shit. That second one probably is my favorite because I was a kid when it came out, and
the second one, yeah, too, because it had the influence of the series we've been talking about.
It was what Diaboromon was fucking flawlessly fucking input into, and then first of all, okay, so I'm gonna get a lot of hate. As a kid, I was watching it, and when you have like Kokomon like telling you to go back, I'm like, okay, cool. Did I miss some shit? So I'm like rewinding it, trying to see like what the fuck did I miss? Like, why is he constantly saying go back? Like, what the fuck did I miss in this goddamn movie? So it's like I never got to it took me like 2 days to get to the end of the movie because I'm still trying to like go back to see if I missed something. Why fucking Kokomon is telling the kids to go back, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna just watch this shit all the way through, and then I like watched it all the way through, and these some time travel bullshit. I hate time travel, by the way.
Tough Skin Comics hates time travel.
It's just like the movie makes you fucking think. That's what I fucking love about the movie. It not only did it
an actual movie should make you think. Unlike X-Men 2.
Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, the movie makes you fucking think. and as a kid, doing some stupid shit like rewinding the goddamn VHS, thinking that it's some fucking important shit in the beginning that you missed. Like that's like top of the line, making me. No movie's ever done that to me. First of all,
let's catch up with the chat.
Let's see. I feel like I should have.
Michael came back, and Michael says, "You know what I saw today? I saw Avengers Endgame toys, right? And the only one that actually looked good was
the War
Time."
Machine. The War Machine.
Oh, okay. You got to it before me.
The only one that looked good at this time was War Machine. And the worst one was Black Widow.
Thank you, because I definitely would have been trying to figure out what word was supposed to be
I put
there.
it together. Well, I've read it before.
Yeah, we on to you, Michael, at this point.
No, but yeah, the War Machine toy looks fucking amazing.
So for me, toys today are, well, I guess
they suck.
So it's hard for me to understand which ones are toys and which ones are collectibles now that I'm older and now that I'm actually part of that community that collects. The only ones to me that are ever appealing is the Square Enix renditions. Have you ever seen those? The Square Enix rendition? You've never, not one? Yo, so if same thing to you guys. If you've never seen like Square Enix artist styled characters, they basically take different universes like DC Comics with Batman or
I'm about to Google some
X-Men and Avengers, and of course obviously they do Final Fantasy characters. These guys, it's the craftsmanship on those things are just lovely, beautiful. I'm actually waiting to get a Cyclops one myself. From Square Enix. I refuse to pay the full price for it, but I am gonna get it. There's a rendition they have of Cyclops that I'm gonna get. It's phenomenal.
Is it this one where he's shooting a blast in the air?
Yes, that is it. Yep.
That shit looks
crazy.
Cool. That shit looks cool.
Yeah, I'm getting it, man. I'm getting it.
What did Dr. Doom on that?
There's one that's clearly a Batman Beyond rendition. It doesn't say that, but we all know usually when you see the red mark on the chest, it's Batman Beyond. So I'm definitely gonna get that one too.
I don't see Doom.
let's see. Just to catch up, y'all. Just to catch up. Ian says, "Bro, Power Rangers Mystic Force is my shit. Yes, my favorite series."
I ain't got that
I don't know
yet.
how to express that any more than that, man. Out of all the Power Rangers, like I said, my favorite Power Ranger of all time is the Gold Ranger.
Dino
Period.
Thunder, right now, Dino Thunder's still my favorite.
Yeah. So my favorite Ranger is the Gold Ranger. Period. Actually, I don't know how else to put it than that. But my favorite series is hands down Mystic Force. There's a character in there, man. Now you don't have to watch the whole series, but if you watch like a recap, you'll come across a character who's literally like off the pages of Devil May Cry. It's crazy.
And I still don't think it's gonna top Dino Thunder. It might be more powerful than Dino Thunder, but I don't think it'll be better than Dino Thunder in my eyes.
My wife is actually here. Hey, admin. True Storm. She says, I remember Pokemon and Digimon kids going at it on the playground like gang wars.
I was one of them because there was no way that you were going to tell me that Pokemon was better than Digimon.
That was the war right there. I remember, like, especially in our community, like, you cannot be different from the trend.
As a matter of fact, that's where I got. Now that I think about it, that's where I got my versus community started right there. Pokemon versus Digimon.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree.
You was not going to sit here and tell me that Pikachu could beat Greymon.
No, I take that back. I think for me, it started with Batman versus Spider-Man.
No, it definitely started with Pokemon versus Digimon with me. Yeah,
for me it was Batman versus Spider-Man, and then it turned into Ninja Turtles versus them, and so on and so forth.
See, Ian said, thank you for saying that about Mystic Force, apparently. Nick said, SPD was the shit, Shadow Ranger is the GOAT. I fucking hated SPD.
So, just like I said, man, the past year, I decided to just, my wife will tell you, man, I decided to just get into, first off, I read that phenomenal Battle of the Grid storyline. Amazing. If you're a comic fan and you never read a Power Ranger storyline, the Battle for the Grid storyline is amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, well, first of all,
flawless.
Explain what Battle of the Grid is for the people that ain't read it yet. Mainly me, because I ain't read shit.
So
Power
the grid is obviously the Power Ranger grid itself, and this is where you get the introduction of Lord Draken, which is the amalgamation. That would be a spoiler. There's just nothing. It's flawless, y'all. It's flawless like the Power Ranger movie was. And I stand by that. The Power Rangers movie was flawless. Not the old one, of course. Obviously, the modern day one.
I was gonna say the old one. The old one was fucking amazing.
Mad cheese in that. I can't stand by it.
I don't see why.
I can't stand by it. It's
I don't see why.
Mad cheese.
I love it.
And it takes them forever to morph, man.
You know what? RPM is probably one of my favorites because it answered a lot of questions that I had about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It did. Like, what happens if a Power Ranger morphs in the kitchen? That was legit a question that he had. He's like, what happens if I do this in the kitchen? Will it blow up behind me? And he's fighting a fucking monster, and he just said he decides to morph right in front of the monster, and the explosion beats the monster. Like, shit like that happened. Like, they're like, where does the soup come from? Like, is it just...
See, and that's the thing. That's what got me into it. The reason I went to the recap, because I talked about it for a while that I was going to do it, then I went on and I did it, and I was like, yo, Power Rangers are crazy powerful. Like, they're crazy powerful, man. Like, when I watched the series, I didn't understand that it was like Sailor Moon levels of broken. Mm-hmm. Like, when I saw a Power Ranger throw an enemy into the sun, I was like, yo, that's one Power Ranger did that? Like, come on. Even beyond that, man, Admin Blade just said, like, the suit, man, it's like for each one of those power, I never realized, there is some debate I have been in at some point. I know I'm going to tell on myself where I discredited a Power Ranger at some point. I know I did. I absolutely know I did. I never realized all they do is fight cosmic entities. I never realized that.
I can tell you the one way you did it because it was in admin chat. It was in the, when we was still with MVDC, like real heavy. It was around that time. I forgot who was it. I think it was it was the Power Rangers versus. I forgot who it was.
Now, you better come correct because I'm finna say it never happened.
I forgot who it was, but Ian is the one that actually corrected you on it.
What?
I forgot who it was. I don't remember who the fight was. I think it might have been Spider-Man. I think it was Spider Family versus Power Rangers. Like, the Spidey Gang versus a group of Power Rangers.
See, like, okay, so...
I think that's what it was.
I'm probably still gonna go.
I think it might have been a Spidey Gang.
I'm probably still gonna go Spider-Man.
I don't. Again, I gotta go.
Now let me explain why.
Again, I gotta
because
go.
I'm not voting against Miguel O'Hara. Period.
I don't think Miguel was in the.
Yeah, he would have had to have been for me to pick Spider Family over it because I don't like Peter Parker, so he would have had to have been. It's the only way.
I don't know. Like I said, I think that's what it was.
And if you mention the Spider Family, he's like literally one of the main characters.
After that conversation is where is when we started talking about fucking Power Rangers more than anything.
See, because I would have mentioned composite Miguel O'Hara and he had Thor's hammer. So
you're
I don't
not
care.
throwing composite in this shit. Anyway, but then that's what started like Power Rangers start getting talked, and then like literally 2 weeks after that is when fucking is when Ian dropped that fucking Billy scan where he was like questioning Lex being a fucking
okay. So
intellect.
this wasn't the, okay. So there's had to be some stuff you missed because the reason why that was important wasn't because of me. That was because of Ian and Static.
Well, no. I'm saying that happened after.
No. All that was tied to the same time.
No.
And that was me and you going back and forth with Static about Tony and Lex.
Tony's still smarter than Lex.
And Static's whole argument was the 12th level intellect.
No, but that happened after the Power Rangers versus whatever happened. This isn't. They're two separate instances, but after that is when we started. Like that's when we actually started.
Because when Ian dropped that scan, he was messing with us about the whole 12th level intellect
when
argument.
Ian dropped that scan, that's when we were talking about Tony versus Lex. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But that had nothing to do with the whole Power Rangers versus whoever the fuck they were fighting. I'm still thinking it was fucking Spidey game.
If it was, the only reason I'd have chose them over Power Rangers was literally because of Miguel O'Hara. It would have been no other reason.
Ian said, "Where did you see a Power Ranger throw someone into a sun?"
What is not Dino Thunder? What is it? Fury. I think it's Fury.
I ain't started Fury yet.
I think it's Fury. So in Fury, the Pink Ranger literally grabs a dude, takes him from Earth in just mere seconds, like in a couple moments, just takes him from Earth and throws him into the sun. Ask my wife, bro. TJ is my witness. I had showed her. I was like, yo, when did Power Rangers become like ruthless killers like that? But they always kill somebody, and that was something else I didn't realize. Power Rangers always kill, but they're always fighting cosmic level threats. I didn't know that they ran at like the speed of light, like into one of the episodes with the ninjas. I was like, yo, are you serious? Just casually light speed.
DeMarcus Reddick said RPM is the second best outside of Mighty Morphin. RPM is, again, RPM, I loved it because it answered the questions about Power Rangers that I always had.
Virgil says Square Enix Batman figure was great. Yes, they have some mad dope Batman figures. I even almost bought that Spartan one time.
See, Nick,
but I don't like when your toes are exposed, so I didn't buy it because of that.
Let's see. Nick said, sounds like something that would have happened on Time Force or Lost in Space, as far as throwing somebody into the sun.
Time Force, broken series as well. Time Force, super broken. DeMarcus
said Jungle Fury didn't have a Pink Ranger.
Okay, so then maybe it was Dino.
It damn sure wasn't Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder didn't have a Pink Ranger.
Man, I can't do it right here.
I'm about to look up Power Ranger throw people into the sun.
Let's see.
Look like some people calling your bluff here, man.
No, it's not a bluff. It's in the series.
Did you really see somebody throw
I'm
somebody
probably
into a sun?
calling which series wrong, though. Because I watched all the recaps in like a very short time.
Anyways, I'm going to let you do that because I really don't care if they threw somebody into a sun or not.
Catch them on chat.
No, we are caught up on the chat. Anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
I'm gonna get the exact series, y'all. I'm gonna get the exact series. I might have just called the color wrong. It might have still been Fury.
Ian said the most powerful Rangers are the Zeo team. The Zeo crystals gets more powerful over time.
Yeah, I know everybody makes that argument, man, but Mystic Rangers are broken. And I'm standing by that. I'm just standing by that.
You gonna go against the Power Rangers?
On paper, the Zeos are hands down. I said that off the
go
back.
Against the Power Ranger expert on that?
But no, because if you don't know about this, you're not an expert, and I stand by that.
This is it.
Power Ranger.
Hey,
Power Ranger.
You gonna go against him on that?
Yes, I am.
You gonna challenge him on that? I think Ian should call in and like completely destroy your argument on why Zeo versus whatever the fuck isn't a competition.
What? That's not what I said at all. Now you're misconstruing what I said. What the fuck? You're absolutely misconstruing what I said. Live too. Y'all hear like live too.
It says thank you. It said Jam said thank you. They didn't make an American Train Rangers. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hope they do, man. I hope they do Cowboys. I hope they do the whole 9. I want more Power Rangers. I hope they do Scuba Diver Rangers. I hope all the fights are underwater.
You know what? I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, they do got the pirates though. Like,
Imagine that, a fucking pirate Power Rangers series. Not necessarily pirate.
The current one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I ain't got that far into it yet, so I don't fucking know.
Or not the current one. I think maybe it might have been before this one, but
I ain't got there yet, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Like I said, anyway, I watched all of them in a very short time. I'm in love with it.
I'm just now starting Jungle Fury. I'm gonna start it tonight. Let's see. He also said, I was a big fan of Ninja Storm, but my favorite is probably Zeo. That's from Nick Thomas. My favorite is still Dino Thunder. You can't tell me that I'm not saying they the most powerful, because they damn sure not the most powerful, but the motherfuckers is my favorite.
I really think it's Fury. Or is it Beast?
Yo,
so somebody help me out here. The Power Rangers that had the scientist who dies and brings herself back to life. Which series was that? I think she created her own morpher. She was like the Purple Ranger or something like that. Which series was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Somebody here is gonna know. Ian will probably know.
I'm still calling. I'm with them with calling your bluff into throwing people into the sun. We have a caller. I wonder who this could be.
That up. Like,
caller, you're on. Who is this?
Yo, it's Ian. What up, guys?
What up,
I
man?
the call, so I just decided to do it.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, guys.
It's
I'm
good,
still like, today I was like watching our crossover episode, and I was sitting there and I looked at Samantha and I said,
Dino Charge.
Man, it was so surreal.
It's Dino
Charge.
So
surreal being between you guys.
Yeah, man. Look, man, that was years in the making, bro. It was bound to happen at some point. I'm so fucking glad that we finally made it happen. Next, we got to get the rest of the fucking crew together. I don't know when the fuck we got you. We got Static. We got to find some way to get Thor out of fucking Northern Ireland.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, that was fun. Like, the numbers we did were fucking crazy. I didn't realize we did those fucking numbers. Like,
that was, dude. Not only that, we did those numbers. I hadn't even pinned it to the top of GCM.
Yep.
Like, so it's there now, and everybody like did a round of sharing today. So it's only going to do more.
Yo, that's fucking phenomenal, bro. But yeah, go ahead and lay into Joey about this whole throwing people into the sun.
Okay,
shit.
It's Dino Charge. I found it.
I'm not going to make no comments on this throwing people into the sun thing. Well, I'm going to let that slide. But what I do want to talk about is the canonically most powerful Power Rangers team. Now, look, I agree with you that the Mystic Force, if you take the unlimited, always gaining power Zeo Crystal out of the equation, Mystic Force is by far and away the most powerful team. Like, they are, like, their ability to use spells and all that other stuff puts them head and shoulders above pretty much every other Power Rangers team, except for, like, Super Mega Force, who have the ability to literally just go, oh yeah, I think they could access the grid on any point and become any freaking Ranger. That was ridiculous. So you take those out because they can become anybody. And then you exclude the Zeo Rangers because they are always constantly becoming more powerful, and that leaves you with, like, Mystic Force. Because even without being in their morphed form, like, Mystic Force or maybe, like, Ninja Storm are, like, the most powerful Rangers that don't have to transform at all to even be powerful.
I don't think Dino Thunder has to transform either.
But I mean, I know the Dino Thunder, their gems gave them like a little gimmick ability, kind of like the Beetleborgs had. Yeah. But like Mystic Force could like legitimately cast like magical spells while not in their Ranger form.
So what you're saying is Zeo is more powerful than what he said was?
What? Oh my God! Nobody argued that Zeo isn't powerful. I said I know everybody makes that argument that Zeo is the most powerful, but Mystic Rangers got some shit. That's what I've been saying over and over again. But, oh my God!
So I'm not seeing.
Here's the thing: in the crossover episode, Forever Red, right? Here's what I'm saying. The reason we can say that the Zeo crystals are the most powerful, when you look at Tommy from the end of Zeo, right, the stuff he was capable of doing, then you fast forward 6 years to Forever Red, where all of the original Red Rangers, all the way up to like Jungle Fury, team up. Right, because like the Machine Empire is back, and they're trying to revive the Serpentera Zord.
Yes, which is probably my favorite fucking Zord of all.
It's the absolute strongest of all the Zords. It's the only one we've seen that literally wipes out a planet.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think I found
No, what you're talking about is not what. Trust me, it's not what you think it was.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm literally looking at it right now. It's not what you think it is.
Right now, I'm throwing you into the sun.
It's not what you think it is. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so look into it yourself, bro. Look into it yourself, bro. It's Power Rangers Dino Charge.
I am watching.
It
the
says
scene
wishing
right
for
now.
a hero.
It is not what you think it is. I am watching.
No,
that.
it is literally.
She didn't throw him into the sun.
What are you talking about? How do you not see that Power Ranger just threw somebody into the sun?
Her Zord had the guy.
Oh, okay, so
Sandra is killed after
let me
is hurled into
let me
the
be very
sun.
clear here. If you thought that I meant a Power Ranger literally grabbed somebody's shoulder
It's what
and then
you didn't
that's
provide
literally
what
not
the
what I
fuck
said,
you
and do
meant.
not turn it into that. A Power Ranger threw someone into the sun is what I've been saying. Ian, is that not what I've been saying? A Power Ranger threw somebody into the sun.
Now, could that
I'm sorry.
easily
When
be-
did the Power Rangers Megazord not be part of the Power Rangers? Like you're trying to,
Could
you're
that
literally
easily-
trying to dictate.
No. I
Like,
feel like you thought.
No, you're trying to change the narrative. You're
Okay,
like,
so
come
you
on,
probably
bro.
just did. You didn't elaborate on what you meant.
I was very. I still
You said
stand
a
by
Power
that.
Ranger threw
a
someone
Power
into the
Ranger
sun.
literally gets an enemy and throws them into the sun. Like,
First of all, it's not like her fucking Zord was doing all of the work.
matter of fact, did I not say travels in some seconds, goes from Earth to the sun? Like I literally said this. No, so if you thought that I said she picked up somebody with her bare hand and
You
then did
didn't
that,
clear
like
this up.
no, hell no.
Anybody listening, I guarantee everybody listening thought you meant that.
If anybody thought that, that's not my fault. That's your fault. As I
That's
literally
exactly
said,
your fault.
travels from Earth to the sun. Like no, that's
And
that's
even
not-
watching the scene, I'm watching the scene right now. Her ship isn't. It's not.
It's just that one Ranger. Literally.
It's not
You
just
are
her ship.
looking right at y'all.
She's
We are watching
using-
it right now. You literally see one Ranger. All the other Rangers are standing on Earth. What are you talking about?
First of
We're
all,
looking at the scene.
she's right there. She's still on Earth with the other goddamn Rangers.
It's her who did it. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Get like, come on.
And
that
I'm
was
about
the
to
Pink
say-
Ranger, wasn't it?
The
Wasn't
Pink
that a
Ranger is still on Earth.
But was that not the Pink Ranger's Megazord, son?
Ian, I'm about to send you the clip, and you do
Yes.
it just
Oh,
as
right
you will,
there.
please.
And you will
No,
see.
I just watched it. No, I know what you guys are talking about. That Dino
Right.
Charge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. I googled it while you guys were
You sitting there
going
trying
back
to
and forth.
misconstrue the
And
context around it and stuff. Like, I didn't
it
say
did
nothing
not
extra,
seem
nothing less.
It seemed to me as though they kind of set the thing to crash into the sun, and her ship kind of just flew away.
Say that again, please.
It looked kind of, to me at least, it looked like that ship was like.
Look, he's trying to get you to say it again like you said something definitive. Like, he
Because
clearly keeps
her
telling
ship
you
didn't
to
fucking-
me. What are you talking about?
Because
That's
her
one
ship
Ranger.
isn't-
So, Ian, can you clear up for the entire stream? Do you see a whole team of Rangers doing that or one Ranger?
There was one Zord involved.
Did I say there was anything more than that?
That wasn't even a Ranger. That was just the Zord.
No.
'cause the Ranger
Oh
was
my
on Earth
god,
still.
bro! Like I never implied that it was literally like humanoid being that did it.
The
I
Ranger
never
was
was
on
implied.
Earth still.
Get the fuck out of here! Was it not her Megazord?
Well, I mean,
Do the Rangers
look,
not control a Megazord? Is that what you're saying?
All
They
of
do. Look, here's
This
the thing,
nigga right
okay?
here, bro, he'll do
When
anything to
when you
change
take
the
out
fucking
Zords
conversation.
from the argument, and you're talking about just the Rangers themselves, there is a Ranger who does become like that strong. Like Lord Dracon in the Shattered Grid crossover
Yes, sir.
evolves to a level that goes beyond the Morphin Masters, and he basically becomes like
Just
fucking
don't spoil it.
Superman. He's like Superman,
I'm trying to get
but
you
like
not to
with all
spoil.
the reality warping powers of Doctor Strange. Like the dude is ridiculous.
So for all of us here who understand like
I
common
stand
shit,
by what I said.
nigga, I clearly saw the shit. There's evidence for the shit. You are all welcome to go see it. I think the episode's called "Wishing for a Hero." I could be wrong, but I
It
think
was
that's what
not
the episode is
her-
called.
It was not her. It wasn't her. First of all, I don't even know if that's the name of the episode.
Do
called
with the
End of-
evidence what you will.
End of Extinction.
No.
End of Extinction. Is the
Okay,
name
it's
of
called
the
End of
episode.
Extinction.
But
Nonetheless, you literally see some shit. I had never, and that's the whole point. I had never seen anything like that in Power Rangers, and when I saw it, I was like, "That's crazy." That in that moment, I realized like how big and important like the role is that the Power Rangers play
you said,
in the universe.
Repeat what you said, please. Just repeat what you said. in
Which
the
part?
beginning.
Which part are you trying to misconstrue?
No.
And I'll
just
repeat that part.
Repeat what you said when you said a Power Ranger.
There's a
knocked
Power
somebody
Ranger
into the
that
sun.
threw a motherfucker into the sun.
Now stop right there.
Okay.
You don't think that you left some? You don't? Think you
No,
left
you're
some
trying to
important
be
detail
ambiguous.
out of that?
No, you're
out of
trying
that?
to be ambiguous so you can make an argument, dog. Like, come on, bro.
You said a Power Ranger threw somebody into a sun. She didn't
Admin
throw-
Invincible.
First
Admin
of all,
Invincible.
First of all, it wasn't
Do the
somebody.
Power Ranger.
It wasn't
No.
somebody she threw
First off,
into
it was
the
a
sun.
one. It was. What was it?
It was a ship. That ain't a some
Go
one.
back and watch the episode and see what it was she threw exactly.
It was a Megazord.
Go
throwing
back,
a ship
watch the
into a
episode
sun.
and see exactly what she threw. Now, Admin Invincible. Do Power Rangers do or do they not control their Megazords?
They are the ones who are in control, yes.
Admin Invincible. Was that not one Ranger, not a full, complete, fused Megazord?
It seemed to be a single Zord.
Right? Was that or was that not the Pink Ranger?
It did appear to be a Pink Ranger, yes.
Anything else you want to take out of context?
In the beginning of that, was the Pink Ranger or was the Pink Ranger not still on Earth?
I don't think that those two events were happening in chronological sequence.
Was the Megazord or was it not assisted by another ship in getting to the sun?
It was the Megazord that pulled it. What are you talking
What
about?
you mean? There's literally someone else fucking
The
controlling
only thing you
attractive
see,
being
no,
to get to.
you clearly see that it's the Pink Ranger pulling. The Pink Megazord is pulling it, and it's the only thing that leaves. What are you talking about?
You clearly see the thrusters on the main ship working.
So, Doom, here you go again trying to change the narrative of the argument.
It's not like her ship
Was
is
it or was it
dragging.
not? So, Doom, do you have eyes?
Yes, I'm looking at it right
Did
now.
you not see a Pink Ranger?
You
throw
even
something-
see the main ship
So,
thrusters
Doom,
increase.
see what he's doing, y'all? Do you or do you not see a Pink Ranger throw something into the sun?
I see a Pink Ranger ship
This
landed
nigga right
on
here,
top
boy.
of another
All
ship.
right, Admin Invincible, I'm sorry we're
As a
wasting your
matter
time
of
at
fact,
this
I
point.
can
Is there
actually,
anything else you'd like to add to
I can
this?
see what's going on here now that I'm looking at it. There's a whole crew on the main ship flying into the sun, and all of them motherfuckers jumped on the pink ship. Because if you look at it, the pink ship ain't even fucking moving.
All right, bro.
They set the bigger ship on a crash course to the sun, and then they all got into the pink Megazord. That's literally what happened because the pink fucking ship isn't even activated until it gets ready to take off. So she didn't throw shit into the sun.
Okay, bro.
So, just to be clear,
Just to be clear, right here.
Zeo
and
Ranger
I quote,
5,
she
Tommy,
says,
as a Red Ranger with the Zeo Crystal, he in 6 years of having the thing, went from his kick being just a kick to being something so strong it could trash a general from the Machine Empire's army.
I love that fucking story.
Literally, Forever Red. He kicks the dude and it dies. This is a general, right? This is not some, like, throwaway putty type minion. This is like a general of the Machine Empire.
We talking Zeo,
Tommy
right?
kicks it so hard it
No, you're talking
dies.
about from the grid.
Okay.
That's how fucking strong the Zeo Rangers become. And that was like 6 years.
Yeah, this is Zeo.
He's had the damn crystal for like 14 now.
Oh, no, he's talking about the Zeo.
No,
I thought he was still talking about
definitely
grid.
thought this happened in Zeo.
But I'm gonna let you go. I have to start getting ready.
I was about to say I haven't gotten that far into Power Rangers. I'm like barely halfway there.
Yeah, we
So
can. I know.
But from what you said, I'm clearly right in this argument. I don't see how you can
No,
sit here
you're
and
not. You're literally trying to change the narrative.
I'm not changing
You
the narrative.
literally see it's the. Oh my god,
You
I don't want to be
literally
stuck on
see
this.
that
Everybody, the evidence is out there. Please do with it what you will.
He's right here setting the crash course to the fucking sun. Like he's literally setting the ship on a crash course to the sun. And now he used the tractor beam to pick up the enemy.
Okay.
Picks him up, blah, blah, blah. That ship is the one that's fucking taking them to the sun. Pink Ranger right there. She ain't even on her ship. Somebody else, yeah.
By the way, when y'all see this, the dude, if you need context, the dude was originally a villain and then he changes because the other villains went against him.
They're going to the Megazord.
Okay.
Her shit isn't even fucking flying. It's just landed there. Thrusters activate to go into the sun, and then her shit takes off.
So, Doom, if you're done trying to change the narrative,
I'm not changing the narrative.
is that not the Pink Megazord?
That is the Pink Megazord.
Okay, then do the Rangers not control their Megazords?
So I don't think she was controlling her
my
Megazord
God,
on
bro.
this. I'm pretty sure someone else was.
I got you. From Earth.
First of all,
to
why
the
is
sun-
it taking
Oh my
us
God,
watching
you
this
keep-
clip for you to know this? Why don't you know this off the top of your head?
From Earth, no, only you're trying to change the narrative.
All right, from Earth to what?
Earth to the sun, Was it not the pink Megazord?
The Megazord was already perched on that ship. They set a tractor beam to pick the enemy up.
I get your semantics, bro. Was it or was it not the pink Megazord the only thing that left?
The pink Megazord was on the ship.
Was it not the only thing that left?
From Earth? Technically, the only thing that left from Earth was the bat.
See, you're trying to do semantics.
You said from
because
Earth. You said from Earth to the ship.
So once again,
what did you say? What was the question?
A ranger threw something into the sun.
What was the question?
You're trying to change every other narrative so you could get a W where there is nothing for you to win.
What was the question?
There's no question. I made a statement.
You said from Earth?
From Earth to the sun. Was that not the pink Megazord?
Technically, the pink Megazord was in space already.
Come on, my nigga. Even all the Rangers at the end of the fucking scene are literally hype about throwing something into the fucking sun.
That was in the beginning of the scene.
No, nigga, that's at the end. At the end of it, you see their hype.
That's right. That's literally in the beginning of the scene.
Well, yo, who's still here?
I don't even know. But like, it's not her ship that's doing this. Like, if you're literally looking at this right now, they're fighting, blah 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 blah. Her ship isn't even fucking taking off until they activate the thrusters to go into the goddamn sun.
There's nothing else you could say about this scene, bro. There we go, right there. Here in the end of the scene, you literally see all the Rangers are hype about throwing something into the fucking sun.
She's not even on her Mega.
It's her Megazord, bro. You're literally.
So you saying she's the only one that can control her Megazord?
Dude, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing here?
Because you don't want to admit you're wrong here.
But I'm not wrong here.
It's not
because my statement still stands.
It's not
a Power Ranger.
She didn't do that.
How did she not, bro? All the Power Rangers are part of throwing something into what? You know what? You're right. I am wrong. All the Power Rangers threw something into the fucking sun. You clearly see all of them hype about this tow. Literally, you see all of them hype about towing something into the sun. All of them. It is the Pink Ranger's Megazord that is on top of this tow. What are you talking about? There's no other way to put that. A Ranger threw something into the sun. You're trying to play a game of semantics on how it was done, and it doesn't change the fact at the end of the feat, there was a Ranger involved in throwing something into the sun. Your argument sounds mad dumb. You're literally saying Jordan wins every basketball game as if there's not a team that exists.
This has nothing to do with Jordan.
No, that's literally what you're saying. You're saying literally Jordan wins every game as if he's the only team member on his at the game. It doesn't change the fact that when you get through congratulating him, you had to congratulate him.
That monster would not have been gone to the sun had the main villain not set his ship on a crash course to the sun. Her Megazord just so happened to be perched on top of the ship, not even activated. It didn't even fucking turn on until it was time to fucking get to the sun.
For anybody who's been here, what have I said multiple times? And I'm gonna say this again because I'm still right.
It's not her dragging it to the sun.
Because I'm still right. How is she not dragging it, bro? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna post it.
Do you not understand what towing is? Somebody please tell Admin Blade what the definition of towing something is.
She's not
what
towing
are you talking about?
Already on the course there.
Dog, if I fucking escort you, literally were in the service, nigga. What is a convoy?
What
is a convoy, dude?
If her ship is on top of what's going into the sun.
He's super desperate for this.
Her ship,
because you cannot change this narrative. Y'all hear this, right?
Even on.
All these semantics for the same outcome.
Her ship's not the same outcome.
Once again, Admin Negro Lander stands by what he says. A Power Ranger threw something into the sun. You cannot change that. How not?
This is literally what happened for the people that can't watch it.
No, everybody.
The main villain.
What is the name of the episode?
Gotta go back and look at it again. End of Extinction.
In Dino Charge, End of Extinction, I want everybody who cares to check it out. You literally see that it is a Pink Ranger ship
that leaves the fucking main ship that's already on a crash course to the sun. It is a Pink Ranger ship.
You're literally trying to change the narrative. It is a Pink Ranger ship. It's
what happened.
No, you're playing a game of semantics.
How?
Doom. Was the Power Rangers involved in throwing something in the sun?
Is her ship the only thing that's
carrying that thing to the sun? It's a yes or no question, bro. It's a yes or no question. Was a Power Ranger involved in throwing something into the sun?
They didn't set the crash course to the sun. The main villain did.
What are you talking about? It's all part of their plan. Literally, he switches sides. That was part of their plan.
I'm pretty sure him switching sides.
You can't even say that because even if you don't even if you don't, yes, it is. Even if you don't fucking pay attention to what's going on in the story, you clearly see one inevitable thing at the end. So once again, Doom.
It goes into the sun.
Using those very stubborn eyes of yours.
But it was not her.
The Power Rangers are not
Zord.
cheer on throwing something into the sun.
They cheered on it, yeah.
Doom, was it or was it not the Pink Ranger Zord?
It was not the Pink Ranger Zord that took the monster to the sun. It was a whole different fucking spaceship. As a matter of fact, I wish my producer would just open this clip one good time, please. And
can you actually play this? Happened. There's no other way to put this, bro. Oh, you can't. Okay, then.
Damn, I wish.
Anyway,
we could play this right here.
You guys have the information. Check it out or whatever.
It's clearly you. I don't
no,
see how
bro.
you can
No, you're literally trying to play a game of semantics.
I don't see how you can say that her Zord is what took that whole fucking ship. That's carrying another goddamn monster.
No, see, that's
sun.
what you're doing. That's not what I said. Doom. I said a ranger threw something into the sun. You're spending all your time on the way that it happened.
It
doesn't change the fact
that threw it into the sun.
Doesn't change the fact that there's no other way around that. Literally,
it wasn't her Zord that threw it into the sun. You can't say that it was her Zord that threw it into the sun.
So Doom, let me get this. No, let me get this right.
So on a crash course
Doom,
to the
this
sun.
This is a ship, bro. No. This is a ship.
That's a ship. Yep.
It has Minnow, correct me if I'm wrong. They're called escape pods, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So you're telling me, bro, if let me make sure I'm very clear because he'll twist my words.
Okay.
On this ship, we have escape pods.
Right.
I'm about to set this on the course. You're telling me I am. I'm the person who goes to the bridge. I set the course. And the course is to hit whatever the fuck at Armada. Right? Doom. I set the course. Right?
Yep.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Right? Okay then. When I go to leave the bridge, I jump into an escape pod. But was this not all part of the same plan?
That has nothing to do with...
No, Doom. Because that's
that's all a part of your plan.
Right?
Yeah.
Was the escape part of this?
Yeah. I'm assuming escaping would be a part of the plan.
Doom, was I part of the plan to actually send the ship into it?
Yeah. A ranger was not the one that set the fucking crash course of its ship.
How was it not that way, Doom? You literally have physical evidence in the episode where all the Rangers celebrate throwing something into the sun. What are you talking about?
First of all, they were celebrating.
Not only is that the case, you literally have the Pink Ranger ship at the top of the convoy. Like, what are you talking about?
They were celebrating because they was getting their ass whooped, and a tractor cannon came down and saved their ass from fighting a fucking monster that was beating their ass. That's really what they were celebrating for.
I'm sorry. So let's
not act like
let us
understand.
No. Let us understand something. So you're saying the mechanism that picked up the monster shows up, picks it up, and the Pink Ranger had nothing to do with that whole plan. So when you see it leave, literally, you see the Pink Ranger show up out the blue.
She was on Earth.
No, Doom. Answer the question. You literally see her ship show up out the blue, or was it already there?
Yeah, but you didn't see her go to the... You literally see
you just defeated your whole argument, bro. You literally just defeated your whole argument.
Let's watch this again. She is on Earth with the rest of the Power Rangers. She was not in that Ford that was on the ship fighting.
Doom, it's her ship. Not to mention, once again, all the other Rangers celebrated throwing something into the sun. My statement still stands. A Ranger threw something into the sun.
They were celebrating before it even touched the sun. They were celebrating because the monster got picked up from Earth. It hadn't even touched the sun yet.
Nigga, the Power Rangers threw something into the sun.
No, they didn't.
So you're saying those same dudes that don't go all out to like nuke a city to get rid of a problem because it's not the right thing to do, right? They were all about throwing something into the sun. They didn't stop that, Doom. They felt it was clearly the right thing to do. You can't argue around it. You're trying to play a game of semantics.
It's not me trying to play a game of semantics. It's you trying to say something happened when it didn't happen. So, okay.
Your whole argument initially was, first off, there wasn't a Pink Ranger. We all remember that. His argument initially was there wasn't a Pink Ranger.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said. And then Ian came here and you was like, hey, man, you can jump down this nigga throat, but I provided the evidence.
No. I didn't say there wasn't a Pink Ranger. You said Jungle Fury, and Ian said there wasn't a Pink Ranger in Jungle Fury.
And I said, I could be wrong about the series.
That's where there wasn't a Pink Ranger came in at.
Yeah. And then I told you, we literally was sitting here. And I said, yo, never mind, I found the actual one. You was like, no, ain't no Pink Ranger.
If there's not a Pink Ranger in Jungle Fury, there's not a Pink Ranger in Jungle Fury.
No, but I
can't-
correct you. You literally sitting next to me. I even turned this damn laptop towards you.
So-
dude. We're recorded. You know this, right?
So let me explain to the people what happens. Is we have a beautiful ship right now. Yeah, let me explain to y'all what happened. So this is the ship, right? This is the main ship that they're already in. The Rangers aren't inside this fighting, by the way. Not even the Pink Ranger.
Look, even Luis just said it. You're trying to argue just for the sake of arguing.
Because
nobody who saw this scene is going to come to any other conclusion than a Power Ranger was okay with throwing something into the fucking sun.
Just because they're okay with it doesn't mean that they did.
And it clearly was a living being. The motherfucker was fighting before they tracked him.
The living being was beating their ass. Yeah, they better be okay with it.
Okay. Yeah,
So this is the main bad guy's ship that they were on. That not the Rangers, but there was another fight going on inside this ship.
Oh, shout out to DeMarcus. He actually said it too. I think maybe even before I had corrected it.
What?
That it was not Jungle Fury. He said Dino Charge.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, like I was saying. So the Power Rangers, the actual fucking Rangers, including the Pink Ranger, is on Earth fighting. There's another group of people on a spaceship in space fighting minions along with the main bad guy of the series, blah, blah, blah. So the main bad guy sends a tractor beam down to grab the monster that the Power Rangers are fighting, even the Pink Ranger. The Pink Ranger ship is here. It's landed.
He literally just defeated his argument that fast,
The
y'all.
Pink Ranger ship is on top of the fucking main ship, not doing. It's landed. It's docked. There's no one piloting it. Her ship isn't carrying the main ship through space. It's doing all of that on its own. It's just parked there. You see what I'm saying? So how is her ship?
I see these semantics.
So how is her ship the one that threw it into the sun when her ship isn't the one that's actually set on a crash course to the sun? Her ship isn't the one that grabbed the monster. Her ship,
So Doom,
her
is
ship
now your
isn't-
argument? Is your argument now turned into like, oh no, it just wasn't the ship that did it? Not that the Power Ranger didn't throw something
The
into
Power
the sun.
Ranger didn't throw anything. First of all, the Power Ranger didn't throw anything into the sun. It was actually the main villain that did it. If you want to get technical about
That's
it,
not technical. Doom. Technically, every Ranger that sat there and allowed that to happen did that.
you are not gonna sit here and say
That is literally no. That's a fact, nigga. If literally we have the football and you turn the key with me, nigga, we both blew this bitch up. What are you fucking talking about?
No. And you talking about me going with semantics? No,
That's like literally the person who makes the key. For those of y'all who don't know what the football is, it's literally the nuke that could send everything to shit. If you made the key for this device, are you or are you not guilty in its destruction?
Do I know what I
Come
made?
on, contradict yourself again. For
Do
the
I know what
ninth
I
time,
made?
contradict
Do I know what I
yourself.
made? Do I know what I made? Do
Oh
I
my
know?
fucking God.
Do I know whose hands that this key was gonna fall
Yo,
into?
so I'm so glad everybody here is like, yo, this nigga's just arguing to be arguing.
Only one person said it because he didn't even watch it.
It ain't just me.
I can guarantee.
Y'all heard him right. It literally, if you make the key,
If I make
for
the key.
world's destruction, you don't have to be the one that turns it. Are you or are you not part of that world's destruction?
Nope, because I ain't turn it.
But you made it possible.
Hey, I ain't turn that key,
But you made it possible.
but I didn't turn it.
This nigga contradicted himself like a motherfucker. Yo, take this L with pride.
No, because she didn't throw a goddamn. First of all, you didn't say.
Yo, matter of fact, y'all, fuck what we're going on about. What do y'all feel about this at this point?
I don't even think most of them watched it, and if they did, they should definitely come to the
I
conclusion.
mean, even if they just hear this, like even if they just hear this, and matter of fact, fuck the Power Ranger shit. The contradiction you just laid on the entire world. If you fucking make the key for the world's destruction, yet you don't turn it, are you still not responsible for the world's destruction?
How does a parked ship throw something into the sun that's already on a crash course there?
How is that not part of the situation, Doom?
The Power Rangers wasn't on the ship to stop them.
They weren't trying to stop them. They celebrated the event.
They probably
you said
did.
yourself on this fucking stream.
So let me I'm gonna ask you this.
You said they did that before it ever even went into the sun. You
Yeah,
said that
they
at
were
your own
celebrating-
mouth.
they were celebrating
But
before-
you said it didn't stop them. They clearly were not trying to stop them. The ship was there because it was part of the plan to throw it in. If you actually watch the episode, you'll come to the same conclusion. Matter of fact, you don't even have to. You can just read the quote, like the one that's literally right here in your face. You can just read the quote where they say that they're about to throw this motherfucker into the sun.
She didn't throw anything into the sun.
All right.
A Power Ranger didn't throw anything into the
Power
sun.
Ranger clearly threw this in the fucking sun.
The main
Matter of fact, based on
villain-
what you said today, all of them niggas guilty of throwing that nigga into the sun.
The main villain set his ship on a crash course to the sun after grabbing another villain that they were fighting and jumping on the Pink Ranger ship. The Pink Ranger ship had nothing to do with throwing that.
Hey,
damn-
Doom, how did he get access to the Pink Ranger ship?
She probably let him. I don't fucking know. People have taken over Zords before.
Y'all heard this, right? Y'all heard what he said, right? She
let's
probably let him. Like, come on, dude.
People have taken over Zords before. Let's not act like this hasn't happened.
It's okay to admit this.
Like, let's
Take
not.
this L with
No,
pride.
because you're sitting here saying something
I'm
happened
sitting
that
there saying
didn't
the same thing I've been saying. A
That it
Power
didn't-
Ranger
it
threw a
didn't happen.
motherfucker into the
happen.
sun.
A Power Ranger didn't throw him into the sun.
But
though.
she did, though.
But she didn't.
Matter of fact, no, you're right. I am absolutely wrong. They did.
None of them did.
All them niggas.
The main villain set his ship on a crash course to the sun and escaped via Pink Ranger pod that wasn't even turned on. It was parked on.
Which was part of the convoy that took the beam to the sun.
Where was the Pink
Well,
Ranger?
wait a minute. Are you nodding your head yes as in agreement to say that?
And where was the Pink Ranger at?
On Earth.
Doing what?
Watching her ship take a motherfucker into the sun. Like
Her
that.
ship
There's
didn't
no
take
way
it to
to
the
put that.
sun.
What are you talking about?
Yo, can you pull this up on your own?
So
and just watch
Minnow,
it
can you answer a question? No, I know you're going through something. I want to bring that in. So let us all understand right now. So Admin Blade, you own a gun. So is it the gun that's killing somebody, or was it you pulling the trigger?
It's me pulling the trigger. She didn't fucking set her ship on a crash course to the sun, though. That's what
You
I'm
just
saying.
contradicted yourself again.
She didn't set her ship on a crash course to the sun.
Yo, I'm done.
It was the main
Yo, I'm
villain
done.
that
That's
did
the
it.
end of this episode. That's the end of this
I
episode.
cannot believe-
I'm done. We clearly have nothing else to fucking talk about.
I cannot believe you're sitting here trying to say that she is that she's the one that sent that goddamn fucking ship on a crash
No,
course to the
I'm
sun.
literally changing my stand on that and saying all of them niggas sent that motherfucker.
I can't believe you're trying to say that.
But Doom, you were the one who pointed it out.
They didn't look. Nick said right. They didn't throw him into the sun. They just escaped before the actual ship flew into the sun, per se. He literally just said they didn't send him
He
into the
did,
sun.
per se is what he said.
Yeah, but he's on my side. They didn't throw the they didn't throw the monster into the sun. Well, the Rangers didn't. It was the main villain. So that whole sun feat goes to the main villain, not the Power Rangers. And even then, it was his ship.
So let me get this
It was
straight.
his
No.
ship that did it.
So let me get this straight. So the main villain, and this is the argument, y'all. Y'all all can hear this. The main villain had a plan. And we were going with what Doom's saying. Had a plan to grab the monster, via no Power Rangers assistance whatsoever, and he was going to send the ship into a crash course with the sun. Right? That was his doing all on his own. Right? Right? Just yes or no. Like now all of a sudden you don't have ears,
Hold up, I'm reading something right now. Okay, now what was you saying?
bro. If you don't give yourself away,
I was trying to decipher what Raven typed.
so it's the villain's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers have nothing to do with it. That's what you're saying. We've heard you say that multiple times now.
I said they didn't throw him into the sun.
Yeah, okay, bro. I got you. Right, because it's you pull the trigger, not right.
I mean,
and somehow that's not your fault.
Technically, the villain pulled the trigger because
Yeah,
he's the
got
one
it.
that set the crash course to the sun, not the Rangers.
Okay,
It was
right.
him. It
But
was
his
his,
plan.
it was his ship.
But it was his ship, and he didn't plan
It
to
was
go
him.
down.
It was him that set the ship in motion.
But that's cute.
It was him that activated the thrusters to go faster into the sun.
So you're absolutely right, bro.
Uh-huh.
I totally agree with you.
All they
100%.
did was jump on the Pink Ranger. Fucking, I almost called it a pod. The Pink Ranger.
Hey, just out of curiosity,
Zord.
before I go any further, did she send the ship to him, or was it already there?
I have no idea. It looked like it was already
But
there.
you gave us a demonstration.
It looked like it was already there.
So okay. So you agree that it's already there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Doom, did he stay on the ship and go into the sun with it? Did he go down with his ship?
Oh.
Did he hit one of the ship's escape pods?
Technically, the pink ship was an
No.
escape
You
pod.
keep saying technically, but don't take nothing else
but
out of
no,
context.
he jumped off. He jumped off with the other 4 people that was with him. I still don't see how you're trying to say that the Rangers threw him into the sun.
Bro, they are a part of this situation. Matter of fact, I don't
They're a
even
part
say
of the
that.
situation,
I
yes, but
originally
they-
didn't even say they. It wasn't until you pointed out that all
You're
the
right,
niggas
because
were-
originally you were still wrong. You said a Power Ranger threw someone into the sun.
Yes,
a
and
Power
I still
Ranger,
stand that. A Power Ranger did that. Yes, very. I still stand by that.
Okay.
But Doom, you just agree with me though,
a Power Ranger
because the man
throw
didn't go
anyone
down
into
with the ship. Just him and his ship. He left the ship on what? He literally, he didn't stick around either. He put the sequence in.
By your logic, it was him
That's
that
not
did
by
it.
logic because all I said was a Power Ranger threw motherfucker into the sun, and
But
I still
a Power
stand by
Ranger
that.
didn't throw a motherfucker
But
into
they
the sun.
did though. Once again, if I create the key, I am part of the destruction.
So everyone that creates guns are a part of.
Yes, motherfucker. There's no two ways about that.
Okay.
You literally are guilty of killing innocent people, nigga. If you fucking join in on the shit,
I am not responsible for what happens after I create some shit legally and shit goes haywire.
Are we arguing politics now? Are you serious? Did you just say legally?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure gun manufacturers are doing it legally.
So let me get this straight. Like,
I'm finna look up who the CEO of Glock is or whatever the fuck. So if the head person in charge that runs whatever the fuck.
So the man that's making destructive, no, that's Winchester. So the man who's literally
let's use Winchester in this because
that was a female, I believe. I think it was a female owner.
So the owner of Winchester, is she responsible for a random person getting their hands on a Winchester rifle illegally and shooting somebody?
She's
not.
Like, so now we're getting into a philosophical debate.
She is not responsible for what happens for somebody else taking matters into their own hands. I don't see how you're saying she's responsible for that, bro. So you're saying, what the fuck is who the fuck? Let's keep using. I'm not looking up Glock right now. So the CEO of Winchester, she's okaying all of the manufacturing of Winchester rifles. Somebody buys a Winchester rifle and shoots someone, like an innocent person. She's responsible for that. She gets all that credit.
Thank you, Michael. I'm not blind by myself. How do you not feel she's part of that?
She's not. She's not.
I can't be the only person that hears the contradiction in what you're saying.
She's not.
How not?
So she's
you
a part.
You literally manufacture the weapons to kill people for monetary gain. How are you not part of that problem?
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that guns are manufactured for self-defense and sport.
This is literally biological self-defense right here.
Okay.
In sport. Like, so if that's your argument, you just defeated that as well. You want to get into a philosophical argument about who's responsible. You have all the tools necessary in the world to build your own fucking weapon. That's a fact. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay then, but you don't. So you go out and you purchase one that was pre-made for you. Fact?
Yeah.
Okay then. So when you use that, somebody else provided that for you. Fact?
Yeah, but they're not the they're not the reason why I fucking did what I did, hypothetically.
No, not the hypothetically, nigga. That's still within the realm of fucking being guilty.
I'm saying hypothetically because I'm not going out here buying rifles to just hurt people with. That's why I'm saying hypothetically.
Nah, nigga, stay within the context, nigga. Try to do this for one time in your fucking career.
You cannot blame the CEO of Winchester for someone taking a rifle.
For taking a Winchester, mind you.
Taking a Winchester rifle and shooting someone else with it.
So listen to what you just said. You cannot blame said brand for providing said brand for you to do something with said brand.
Yeah, because we know what it's for. I really so you're gonna sit here and say that she deserves the blame. As a matter of fact, yeah. So you're gonna sit here and say she deserves the blame because she
Dude, I'm saying you deserve the blame if you was on the battlefield, nigga. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Yes, that is a fact.
That is not her fault. First of all, I love how we got way away from Pokemon versus Digimon, but
we didn't have much to go on. we was very clear about that. We didn't have much to go on there.
It's not her fault. She is not responsible for someone taking a Winchester from taking a rifle that she okayed.
But do you agree?
In mass production at
you
that.
You just said yourself she okayed the manufacturing of this weapon that literally has one function.
Technically, it has 2 or 3.
No. It has one function, and that is to kill. It's one function.
Disarm.
No. You can disarm somebody with your arms. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's meant to kill. It doesn't matter how many of the people have these destructive weapons. Somebody manufactured those, and they are part of the guilt too.
So the people that work on the assembly line are part of the guilt.
Yes, nigga.
Okay.
Like, how do you not agree with that?
No.
Doom.
No.
I'm gonna ask you something. Oh my God, I feel like I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna ask you something because I feel like we're clearly just having a discussion here, or whatever. But you're a black man, Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not feel any remorse when one of us dies unjustly?
Yeah.
Who do you blame for that?
The person that did it.
And most of the time in one of these situations, you blame somebody. Who'd you blame?
The person that did the unjust
give us an
killing.
example. That's what I'm asking you to do.
Oh, most recently, the Botham Jean shit. I blamed the officer.
Why'd you
I
blame
literally
her?
blame no one
Why'd
else
you
but
blame
that
her?
officer.
Why
Because
did you blame him for not putting her in his deadbolt?
Because there's signs that she should have seen. First of all, why are we talking politics? There's signs that she should
No,
have known.
nigga. This
There's signs. There's clear signs. I don't know about you, but I've never walked into the wrong apartment. I mean, I don't know.
Why are you not blaming the apartments for all looking the same?
That's why he had a red mat on his door to distinguish his from anybody else's. I could easily say I blame her for not being able to tell the difference from stepping on concrete and carpet.
It sounds like you're saying there's a lot of blame to go around.
No, I'm just blaming her.
But you just said I could easily blame her.
No, I fully blame her. There's no I could about it. I am blaming her. There's no
you were contradicting this.
There's no could I blame no one but her.
No one.
No one.
Oh, so okay, but she did go to court and she did get convicted. So you're satisfied with the outcome.
No.
But you only blamed her.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
she
blame
went
her
into
for
a
killing
court
him.
of law. But she went into a court of law.
Now we're
and
talking about a
she
whole
was
different
convicted.
issue. I don't blame her.
No, it's the same issue.
I don't blame her for her 10-year sentence. I blame the stupid people that fucking
But why do you have
10
any more
years.
blame to throw around when she's already been convicted?
No, that's more personal than anything. But see, this is two different scenarios. I blame her for
No,
killing.
you're trying to put them in two different
No,
scenarios.
I blame her for killing someone. Yes, that's strictly her that did it. You can't blame anyone else for her shooting someone.
No. But Doom, if your issue is with this woman doing something unjust, you clearly want just.
Yeah,
Okay, but she got just. So where's this blame still coming from?
still her being a dumbass.
You just switched from what your original answer was. You
So,
motherfucker.
'cause
You know you've been
this-
contradicting
This
yourself.
is literally two different. It's two different fucking
It's not.
scenarios.
It's
that
all
you-
the same instance. What are you talking about? And all you keep doing is keep describing that there's enough blame to go around. You're trying to say that somebody manufacturing the gun has no blame put on them. Even by
They
your
don't.
own morals and ethics, nigga, you are describing that there is blame to go around.
It's not.
You clearly don't believe the argument you're trying to make.
If someone, you do not blame the manufacturers of a weapon company. This is first of all, you do not blame the manufacturers of a weapon company for stupid people doing stupid things with their weapons. They put a safety feature on there. They got manuals. They took the precautions to make sure that people.
But Doom, at the end of the day, they provided the weapons.
Okay.
And the weapons only have one function. They don't. First off, guns don't have brains, nor are they organisms.
Okay.
So once
So
again,
you still cannot blame the CEO or the manufacturers of that. First of all, I feel like we should get off this topic.
Yeah,
You
we
cannot-
should.
You should
We
not
should get
blame-
off your
you can-
contradictions.
It's not me contradicting. You can't blame the fucking head of a manufacturing company for somebody doing something stupid
why not, Doom? Please tell the world why not.
because they didn't do it.
How did they not do it, Doom?
They didn't promote it. They didn't do it.
How did they not promote it, nigga? Literally,
Okay, they
guns
didn't
have sales.
They didn't promote. They didn't promote people going out doing stupid things with them. Is what I'm saying.
Well, what did they tell them to do with the guns, Doom?
Fuck if I know. I ain't never
Never
seen a Winchester
fire.
commercial.
I'm just curious. Are you
Okay,
never
let's see.
to
Let's
fire
get to the
a gun?
comments. Nick said,
I
okay,
fucking hate you so fucking much.
Because you always do this. You always try to bring something else into the argument.
No, I'm
that has
trying to
no
help you
relevance
broaden
of
the
what
perspective
it's-
that you're trying to pretend you don't already have.
Let's see. It says, okay. Nick said, so after seeing this episode, Sledge, who was the dude they was fighting, and he used the mega beam to make himself bigger. The Rangers sent some folks onto on the Sledge's ship to take over. I guess Sledge is the main bad guy.
Are you just gonna overlook? You just said the Rangers sent.
Yeah, they sent him to take. They see you fucking me up right now. The Rangers sent some folks on the sledge ship to take it over and sent them on a course to the sun. So technically, I guess the Rangers threw someone to the sun, but they didn't. It was Sledge that set it on a crash course.
Did it say technically in the comment?
Yeah.
I found that ironic because you say technically a lot.
It was Sledge that threw him into the damn sun. It wasn't the Rangers. You literally can give anyone his credit but the Rangers.
How not? If that man just literally, the comment you just read, that's a different perspective than mine. And he said the Rangers sent. Same argument here, nigga. If you make the fucking key to end the world just because you don't turn it, you're still part of the destruction.
I'm assuming that Sledge like had a change of heart mid-fight.
No. So in the series, he had a change of heart. Like when the main nigga that was over him showed up and they start treating him like shit. He was already like wavery throughout the series anyway. So as far as like what Minnow talked about earlier, how like you could see something coming, you could see his change coming up.
Basically the Trent of, okay, I get it. But still, the Rangers didn't send him into the sun.
Motherfucker.
Miguel said, I've walked into the wrong apartment 3 times in my life. I've never walked into the wrong apartment. I literally have a pair of my shoes sitting outside my door, so I know that it's my apartment. But I guess, whatever.
You see how you blowing this off, y'all?
Miguel said, we can't blame the person making the gun for a person killing someone. We don't blame a car manufacturer for making a car that was in a fatal crash. That's actually a good point.
That's not a good point. The big difference is Miguel. And Miguel, I want to have this conversation. Also, shout out to you, Miguel, because I noticed you keep using that particular profile pic. I know you had a commission by JC Baby, Admin Static. So I've been wanting to give you a shout out for that. I think that's mad dope. So check it out. Check it out. A car has a totally different function from. Okay, this is weird. My wife's calling me. She usually never does this. A car has a totally different function from a gun, right? A car ending up in an accident or somebody getting behind the wheel and choosing to hit somebody, totally different context, right? Because that's not what a car was meant to do. That's the difference here. It's not meant to do this function, right? Not at all, right? But when you fucking have a gun has one function. One. In every form and sense of the definition, it is meant to harm something. Period. Now, Miguel, I'm asking you, how could you possibly compare the car to a gun?
Because you can't blame the manufacturer for what someone else did. She's not out here, there's no possible way for her to be out here micromanaging every single person that buys a Winchester rifle.
No, see, now you're trying to play a game of semantics again. Because first off, the car is meant for traveling. Or use of business by definition, right? Like it's meant for traveling.
It's meant for traveling.
A gun is meant to function in one method, and it's harm. You can proclaim it's to protect, but in order to protect yourself from somebody else, you would have to harm them.
So it's her fault that she...
You provided it.
Okay. It's not her fault, but okay.
Yes, it is. You
it
are
is not
part
her
of that.
fault for someone doing something stupid with her.
There's literally nothing around that.
Oh, that's you. I'm like, is that me?
Yeah, I was saying my wife's calling this.
Anyways, you cannot blame her for someone doing something stupid with her especially if they obtain her creation the way that it's supposed to be obtained. Like you can't expect someone to micromanage. Let's see. Our producer said in war games, weapons are used as a deterrent. You can't blame them. I don't see how you can sit here and blame her for someone doing something stupid. Like,
oh, you know what, Minnow? I like that, right? Our producer just said that, right? Hey, Minnow, in war games, are cars used as a deterrent? Right, it's not even worth answering, is it? Like, not even worth responding
Humvees?
to. Like,
I mean, Humvees are, yeah.
Hey, Humvees have what mounted on them? Don't worry, we all know the answer to that. All right. I hate that you're sitting there playing this fucking devil's advocate for some shit you know you fucking understand, nigga.
No, because I see what you're saying, but you're wrong.
But I'm not wrong.
You are.
By any fucking span of the fucking definition.
It is not her fault that someone went out and bought.
King James is the worst basketball player of all time.
You out your goddamn mind. And we're not going to start that today.
No, I love King James. I want to go on record. I love
You
King
are not about to start that today. Anyways, it is not her fault that someone went out and did something stupid. So do you blame parents? It's like say someone brought their child up the right way, like their child never showed any signs of wanting to harm anyone, blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, person's grown, moved out the house, moved to a different state, blah 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 blah. Now
I can see you've already got away from the context.
No. Now this person
because we're talking about in the act of destruction versus something that's not the act of destruction.
Okay. I don't see how you're blaming Winchester, the manufacturer or the CEO.
Let's go on record because I'm not blaming this. Isn't a podcast about anti-guns. I want to. That's not what this is. That's not what this is.
I don't see how you're blaming the CEO for someone else's actions. Like I really don't see it.
And I don't see how you could possibly say you don't know what the function of a weapon is.
You know what the function of a weapon is, but it's not her fucking fault that someone else did it.
How not if you provided it?
She didn't give him the weapon and say, hey, go do this.
It's a trickle fucking effect. What are you talking about? If you buy a fucking weapon and you don't leave it in its gun case, right? And you don't, and nowadays the one with the fucking thumbprints and so on and so forth, and your kids get a host to it and they blow one of their brains out or their fucking friend's brains out, like,
yeah, that's my fault because I should have it somewhere where my kids can't reach it.
But that wasn't what you were doing, though.
But that's my fault because one, I have a kid. You can't. Okay, one, a kid's actions are a lot of the times it should be monitored by a parent.
I like what Admin Doom is saying. Y'all pay close attention. He's about to contradict himself again. Hey, Doom.
But I'm not gonna blame the manufacturer of that gun.
No, Doom. You said as the parent, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's not the manufacturer
but Doom,
of that gun.
Are you saying
fault.
the manufacturers at this point, especially in life, don't know what people do with their product?
It is not the manufacturer's fault for
is
me
this a yes or no question?
Kid...
Is this a yes or no question, bro?
Yeah.
Because you just gave a scenario where, as the parent in the situation,
right,
you are responsible for what the child does.
Yes. Is the manufacturer responsible for what the millions of people that buys their weapons?
Do they provide millions of weapons?
Yeah. She's not responsible for the millions of people, though.
By your definition, yeah, she's responsible.
She's not responsible for what other
Is the manufacturer not the parent company? I can't wait to see you go around this one, nigga. This is gonna take some hooping.
But see, this is not.
No, just answer the question.
Okay, so it's not the same
on, dude.
thing.
You've already agreed with me multiple times
It's
now.
not
What
the
are we
same
doing
thing.
here?
Because you're trying to sit here and say that the CEO of Winchester is to blame for someone buying a Winchester rifle, and killing someone else.
You know what's a great example? We can bring this full circle. Iron Man 1.
Yeah, what about it?
Why does Tony change his position?
Well, first of all, those were acquired illegally.
Nah, some of them a bitch. Why did he change his position?
Because he saw what his shit was doing.
He saw what his shit was doing.
Yeah.
What was the company known for?
Weapons.
What did he cut off?
He still made weapons.
No, nigga. What did he cut off?
He still made weapons.
No, nigga. What did he cut off?
He still made weapons.
What did he cut off, nigga?
He said he cut off weapons, but he still made weapons. Nigga still made weapons. I call it what you want, but the goddamn Iron Man armor is a weapon.
I just want to remind you that the parent of the parent company literally saw what he did.
But
it was like,
his.
I'm not going to continue to aid in the pain of the world.
But you're talking missiles and rockets compared to
assault
a rifle.
rifles, pistols, someone's
compared to a rifle. Like he saw what his shit was doing on a large scale. Yeah. But
and now you're playing semantics again because these are weapons. At the end of the day, this is what you would call these things.
Winchester's not out here making fucking artillery shells and fucking RPG rounds.
You want to look into that?
I don't think they are.
This nigga right here, man.
I've never seen a Winchester fucking RPG shell.
Oh my god, yo, y'all still rocking with? Yo, what's crazy is that this is the strongest part of our stream so far.
Rifles, shotguns, Model 94s.
Yo, if
no
anybody,
cannons.
So before we
they make knives.
Before we end the episode, does anybody want to call in and give their opinion on this?
Please do, because I'm tired of telling this man that he's wrong and him not accepting the fact that he's wrong.
What the fuck?
You cannot blame the CEO of Winchester for someone doing something with her weapon that she ain't fucking the supervisor of. Yeah, Winchester doesn't make artillery rounds.
No, I just said you want to look into it. I didn't say they did or they didn't.
No, I'm saying I looked into it to correct myself to make sure right. Winchester don't make artillery rounds.
You like,
Yeah,
take an L on that one.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. Yeah, Stark saw what his shit was doing on a global scale. I ain't never seen nobody shoot a fucking Winchester ass fucking artillery set.
I mean, Admin Invincible just said it right here.
What do you say?
Admin Invincible said Tony Stark took responsibility for his weapons and he killed production of weapons.
He was making weapons on a fucking.
The point is literally.
You're not comparing Tony Stark to Winchester.
No, because a weapon is a weapon, dude.
You are not comparing Tony Stark to Winchester.
No, a weapon is a weapon.
You are not comparing Tony Stark.
Yes, I am.
To Winchester.
I literally
First
am.
First of all, Tony Stark weapons are fucking planets above what Winchester
Hold
is.
on, nigga. We talking about the comic or the goddamn movie?
Both.
Nah, hell no.
Stark Tech is leagues above Winchester.
Calm down. Calm down.
When is First, Winchester ain't even made a fucking artillery shell.
No, but I'm saying calm down. It's not planets above, nigga. Still here on the Earth. It's still conceivable.
The nigga made an armor that
Didn't Hammer even exist? Like in fucking you know, we're getting, because you're finna get me caught up in your semantic game. No,
Hammer
you almost
Tech
got
failed.
me, you smart son bitch. Anyway, the fact is that the parent of the parent company saw what they were doing and realized there's an inevitable thing when I produce this product, and he cut it off. How do you argue around that?
Well, one, Winchester doesn't.
He held himself accountable. That's not me blaming him. He held himself accountable.
Winchester doesn't make a tenth of the destructively capable weapons that Stark made.
Whoa, now that's not true, and we don't need the internet for that because we do know Winchester has been around for a very Winchester has been around for a very long time.
When has
and
Winchester made anything completely, any remotely close to a Jericho missile?
What is it called? What is it called? The action repeater, the action lever.
That ain't nowhere near close. That ain't close to what a fucking Jericho missile does.
No, you're fucking lying, and you're fucking not keeping up with the times that the shit fucking
that
was introduced.
Not close to what a Jericho missile.
So here we go. This is where education beats when you just say shit you don't know nothing about. Because in the era that the action lever was fucking created, it was destructive as fuck. Literally, all you had was Battlefield. There's a whole fucking movie literally made on the aftermath of the Winchester rifle. Actually, for those of y'all who like horror movies, it's a great movie. I would say watch it. It's called Winchester. It's literally about the destruction that the Winchester and the impact it had on the fucking United States when it came to warfare.
So
what are you talking about?
You're gonna compare that to the destructive capabilities of a fucking Jericho missile that fucking damn near.
First off, you're taking what I'm saying out of context.
I literally said that there's nothing with the destructive capability. The fucking shockwave of a Jericho missile was fucking felt from damn near mountain
when you're
range
done
away.
with your semantics, it's a weapon. So when we get back to the
Which
reality,
is still
when we get back to the
destructive
reality,
capability of
the
anything
parent
that Winchester's
of a
ever
parent
done.
company saw not leagues above.
Leagues above anything that Winchester's destructive capability. What's the worst thing that a Winchester ammo?
What is leagues above mass slaughter? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking pure destructive capability. A Winchester rifle or
define destructive.
Take one Winchester bullet.
Define destructive.
So
because I'm gonna be very specific. My definition of destructive, dog, is when you lose human lives.
So this is what I'm saying. You take the most powerful Winchester ammunition. Take one of them shits. That shit isn't touching anything close to what the most powerful one round of Stark Tech can do.
Okay, so now are you done with your semantics? Is it still a weapon?
It's nowhere near the destructive capabilities.
So that has nothing to do.
The most
with
powerful,
the subject.
the most powerful Winchester rifle or Winchester ammo period is still damn near the lowest thing that Stark Tech can do.
Yeah, okay, I get it. In this era, we've come a long way. Now, if you're done with your semantics,
okay,
it's still a weapon. It still kills.
Miguel said y'all found a way to bring comics into this low key goat move.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. You know, I wouldn't be a legend in the community if I didn't know how to. But I was just trying to talk to him on a level I thought he could understand. You know what I'm talking about? I was going to use this basketball shit.
Ian said, "This is getting so real. I almost don't want to go live," and then he went live. Lewis said, "I tried to change the subject." Miguel said, "So do you mean the manufacturer's equal responsibility? I mean, the manufacturer is equally responsible as the person who committed murder with their weapon?" It's a question for you, because I say no.
I mean, Miguel just agreed. Actually, Miguel. First off, thank you for everybody who's participating in the
Thank y'all
conversation.
for sticking with us through this.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody who's participating with the conversation. And by all means, me and Admin Blade are having a conversation.
This is how we argue. Honestly, this is definitely an argument. But
so
it's
Miguel says, and I think I didn't scroll up, y'all, so don't be mad at me if I skipped you. I'm not gonna skip you. Admin Blade will absolutely get to you if I don't. But Miguel said what Miguel says, and what's in my face I have to say out loud. He says Doom put himself in the losing position. That's not what's important. He said, but Joey means equivalence, right? And I'm pretty sure I just butchered that word.
I don't know. I ain't looking at it, so
I've actually never seen this word before. So anyway, the introduction of the action lever was absolutely
equivalence. I had to scroll down. I had to scroll down.
I feel like
equivalence.
I feel like I've never seen this in person before.
Anyways, back to what you're saying.
The introduction of the action lever was absolutely devastating in that era.
And
I don't know if that was a brain fart or I feel like I've actually never seen it written down. But nonetheless, like, he's saying exactly what I'm trying to relay here. Like, yes, the eras have changed, so comparing to Jericho for its whatever semantical purpose, like,
because that's still not even the most powerful version of Stark Tech.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure 9 years from now that won't even be worth having a conversation about, like the point you're trying to make with the Winchester.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that when the action lever was introduced in its era Doom, it was mad destructive. So once again, that's not the core of the argument.
I would
She's
still say a Jericho missile is still more
responsible.
destructive than a fucking action lever.
But
rifle.
you're going outside the context of the conversation.
How?
Because it's not about the destructive power; it's the intention of the creation.
I literally said I said capabilities though. I literally said destructive capability.
No, you've definitely just keep going on about that, and it has nothing to do with this. The problem is if you manufacture a car, the purpose of the car is to travel. If you manufacture a weapon, the purpose of it is to do harm. It has no other function. That's what it's meant for.
But you cannot blame the manufacturer of said weapons for what
How
one
not
person
if
does.
you provide it? Oh, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Here we go right here. Because we heard this young man say he's proud to be a black man. So here we go, bro. Here we go. And I'm probably wrong for doing this, but I'm going to do this because I'm finna expose you so motherfucking bad right now. But shout out to Admin Thor. So, my nizzle in the black community. Did you grow up in a black community, my man? I know where you're from, goddamn.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
You ever heard of a drug dealer?
Yeah.
Yeah. How you feel about them in the community? Upstanding citizens, needed. Yeah, especially the ones that sell dope.
It depends on what they say.
And when I say dope, I don't mean weed, I mean
I was
crack.
just about to say it depends on what they say.
Oh, you got some morals there, do you? Depends on what they sell, y'all.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I don't care. Okay, you can
Quote
selling weed
unquote
ain't-
car versus gun. Anyway,
selling weed ain't really a big deal. I mean, it just,
why not? Everybody get high on something, dude.
I'm just saying. I mean, I come from a community where if you get caught doing anything outside of smoking weed, you probably get your ass whipped by the people that sell weed in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, dude. So, motherfuckers sell dope in the hood. Yeah?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him selling dope in the hood?
We talking like
Answer the question, Doom.
we talking.
Answer the question, Doom. What's wrong with a nigga selling dope?
So we not talking weed, right?
Nah, you know I'm not talking weed. I'm talking
Okay.
that crack.
Okay,
nigga.
so we talk.
What's wrong with a nigga selling crack, bruh?
Because it's already something that's not.
Look, oh, yeah,
we
you
choose
better
what-
be.
we choose
Yeah,
words
you
carefully
better.
right now.
You better.
Choose my words carefully because I was about to
This
say
is about to be some juicy shit. Let that hand be slow motion all day too.
the selling, the creation, selling, distribution, and use of crack cocaine is not in any way, shape, or form meant to do anything but harm. Yeah,
Is that your reason for not wanting it in the hood?
I mean, other than the fact that you get stupid people.
Other than the fact, is that implying that yes, what you just stated is why you don't want it in the hood? Because its
mean-
purpose is to harm?
Yeah,
That came out of your mouth?
yeah.
So
The sole purpose of a gun is not to harm.
so
You're gonna go with the
No,
whole.
no,
It
no,
doesn't
no,
matter
no,
how you
no,
defend yourself. You still include harm. But
fuck that, because I'm on the drug dealer. So
But-
you don't want the drug dealer in the hood because he's responsible for what a motherfucker did after they smoked his product.
No. He's not responsible for what someone else did after they did it. He's responsible for, I know he personally knows who he's selling to. So it's two different things.
But he's a dealer, bro. He'll deal to anybody that'll purchase.
That's not the situation at hand here.
I used to sell dope.
The
I know firsthand. That's how it goes.
The CEO of Winchester doesn't know every single person that's buying a fucking gun.
Drug dealers don't know them. A customer is a customer. A customer is a customer.
So
you want to play a game of semantics.
So you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell.
I could not tell you if I sold things by the keys, right? Because now you want to talk about tier levels.
No, I'm saying
if I sold something by the keys, I could not possibly tell you every customer I had up under those keys. I could not.
But see,
first off, the major reason is I don't want to be near it. I just want to accumulate from it. That's a fact. But nonetheless, dude.
But this is not the same as a. This is not the same as a.
Do you personally feel okay with the drug dealer in the neighborhood?
This comes down to legalities.
Do you personally? No, this ain't got nothing to do with no fucking legalities. Legalities is set by whichever fucking place you stay at and what they can tax, nigga. We're not talking about none of that shit. Weed right now is becoming more and more legal because they taxing it. We're not arguing none of those politics, nigga. Answer us on your personal feelings, nigga.
Is Winchester selling, manufacturing, and distributing weapons legally, morally, and unethically wrong? Well, ethically wrong. Is it all three? Is it any of those three wrong?
Did you say is manufacturing?
Yeah.
Manufacturing what again? I want to make sure I have it understood.
Weapons.
Is it ethically wrong? Did you just fucking ask me?
I did.
Is creating a weapon that kills human beings?
Weapons have been around.
If you
around
the
for.
Homie, I swear to God, throw this fucking coat stick at you. You did not just fucking ask me that.
I did just ask you that. It's not ethically wrong. If I could make weapons right now, I would, bro. Like if I was that fucking good, I would.
Shout out to Bo Spuds for sponsoring this episode.
It's not ethically wrong. Like like the way that Winchester, Glock, Smith and Wesson, like the way they're doing their shit, that's not ethically or morally wrong. So you can't compare that to a drug dealer. Who off the rip?
You do know it was called the arms race, right?
You can't compare that to
this nigga right here, man.
You can't compare that to a drug dealer who off rip is doing something that's morally and ethically, and it's already all three, legally, morally, and ethically wrong. So you can't compare the two.
What are you talking about? Guns are legally, morally, and ethically wrong.
No.
Especially morally and ethically wrong. This conversation is morals and ethics, nigga. And yes,
guns are
legal,
not morally and ethically wrong.
And
I am a
again,
gun advocate.
Legality is based on where you stay because we know for a fact Europe had strict laws against projectile weapons. We know this for a fact.
And people still got their
One of
hands
their
on
biggest issues is knives. I mean, you of course, the English had their problems with the IRA, and the IRA had their problems with the English, like so on and so forth. But the legalities were still there. Don't run from me, Doom.
No, I was trying to catch up with the comments.
Yeah, please. Let's catch up with the comments.
You can't compare a drug dealer to a gun manufacturer, though.
How can I not? You, by your definition, said it was harmful.
Because no matter what you want to say.
No, don't ask me to define, nigga.
I was trying to say despite and ended up saying define. Despite what you want to say, you had direct contact to everyone that you sold with for the most part. True or false?
I was low level. Absolutely. I do not disagree with that.
The CEO of Winchester does not have direct contact with everyone that she fucking that buys a fucking Winchester weapon.
Facts, bro.
So how is she responsible for somebody doing something stupid with her weapon?
She still provided it. Once again, using Tony Stark as the example. He did not see every fucking thing that went on in the world, especially when it came to the usage of his product. When he finally did see the impact, he was like, no, and discontinued. What you got around there, Doom?
Raven said, next time.
Don't you read a motherfucking thing?
Raven said, next time let's talk horror movies. We already did a horror movie episode, Raven.
Y'all should see Winchester. Winchester's pretty good, and actually it's based on some true events. Like the house is actually a real thing. Based on her fucking guilt for the people she fucking killed. I'm just saying.
Winchester is not on the same level as Tony Stark, as Stark Tech. I'm going to call it Winchester Tech because I'm tired of saying the manufacturer of Winchester.
Yeah, but you're
Winchester
just going
Tech
into semantics.
On the same fucking destructive capabilities
Creating
Stark
something
Tech.
to harm somebody is creating it to harm
A
somebody.
Jericho missile isn't even the most.
We're not talking about a jackhammer and somebody lifted that motherfucker and went around Manhattan just pointing it at every goddamn body with the on button.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're talking about something that's literally made to point at somebody and harm them. Jackhammers aren't made to point at somebody and harm
Now,
them.
again, you bringing up again. I really hate that you brought Stark Tech into it because again,
First of all, I didn't bring Stark Tech into it. I brought in the situation surrounding what happened when he found out what was being done with his product. You're the one making the semantical argument about the weapons versus like old era, new era.
Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, Stark is one thing. Okay, so like I said, it's Winchester has nothing close. I'm still sticking with this. Winchester has nothing close to the destructive capabilities as anything that Stark saw that made him change his mind.
We got you, bro. Hey, but are both of those things used to kill?
Yeah,
Thank you, Doom.
one's just used on a much larger scale and has much more destructive capabilities.
Thank you, Doom.
So
I'm glad we agree.
So yeah, they're both used to kill people. Yes, Stark
Yes.
there's the difference though.
There's nothing he can argue now because he
No.
finally said that out loud.
I do have something to
They're
argue.
both because you said they're both used to kill people.
Stark dealt
That's
to,
what you said. You have no
Stark-
argument no more.
Stark dealt to both sides. Did he or did he not?
Unknowingly. That's a fact. Unknowingly, that is a fact. You have no argument around that.
Winchester knows the country that their shit is being sold in. True or false?
I cannot even begin to make a comment on that.
No, I'm pretty sure. As
I
a
don't
gun,
have any insight for
I'm
that.
pretty sure as a gun manufacturer, you have a say so in what country.
I'm pretty sure there's a gun manufacturer that might be getting fucked just like he did. I cannot speak.
Maybe.
When fucking Iraq war started, literally we left $6 million worth of guns in the streets. Like, I cannot make that argument.
Okay, so I didn't even think to use that. So, is it the manufacturer? Who the fuck makes military weapons? I don't even remember who the fuck makes them shits.
It's not one. It's not one company.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to think. But
I
for
mean,
the
because
most
you
part,
got what is it called? XCOM.
you got XCOM. You got you got too many of them bitches. I never really paid attention to them shits. But is it the
Colt,
manufacturers?
right? Colt also.
No, I think Colt is done with them now.
Okay.
Well, I think yeah, because I know it was a big deal and they switched the clock.
Mm.
No, they don't. They don't use. Yeah, I know they use Glock. They're switching to Glock. They don't do it yet, but they're converting over to Glock for
Yeah, because I
handguns.
know the micro run has become military application.
But is it the manufacturer's fault that the fucking military fucking left that shit over there? Is it really the manufacturer's fault that the military did that shit, or is it the military's fault that they did that shit?
So, do you really want an answer? Or
No, I want your answer. I wouldn't ask you this if I didn't want your answer. Is it the manufacturer?
Morally and ethically, yes, Doom. It is their fault. They provided the weapons. They manufactured them for monetary gain. Just in case you didn't catch that, it was like, yes. Thanks for agreeing with me, though.
So you're blaming the weapons manufacturer for the military's negligence.
If you partake in the destruction, even if it was simply manufacturing said thing that led to it, you are in part guilty. Let's say no, I don't want to do that. I'm not bringing in nothing spiritual about this. Nonetheless, like it's fucking, I'm pretty sure if you had to answer to some higher form of consciousness that didn't deal in semantics or wasn't from Oak Cliff, literally you have to, literally when it asked you like, how do you feel about the decisions you made? And you were like, yeah, man, I'm good with them shits, man. I got paid. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, yeah, but what about these kids over here? You know, your weapons blew off their leg. I mean, literally, that is the fucking grounds for, what is that shit called, bro? It's like the most famous thing around Christmas. Like the, Scrooge. Like, that is literally the grounds around the Scrooge story. Like, that which is enables itself, bro.
It is not her fault.
This nigga was just waiting to say that. It didn't matter what the fuck I said. He was like, and he
It is
died.
not. I don't see it though. I still cannot blame the manufacturer for someone else's negligence or stupidity.
So, as long as, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. I think I am seeing what you're saying.
Oh my
so,
god!
No.
I feel a sarcastic ass remark coming.
I just need confirmation. Crack dealers do belong in the hood. Doom, don't you avoid me, motherfucker.
I'm waiting on. I thought there was something coming after that.
No, I'm trying to make sure that
Why?
That this is your standpoint. You do agree that they have more than enough right to be in the hood.
I mean, you have a right to live anywhere you want to live.
It's a nice semantic game. Now, could you just answer
You
the
have a right
context?
to live wherever you
Now,
want
could
to
you
live.
answer the context when you know it's just semantics? Like, could you answer the context?
Do they-
You, Doom.
Do they have a right to live there?
You do. You do.
Do they have? Are you asking me if they have a right to live there?
No. You know that's not what I'm asking you. I'm saying
What?
you.
Do they have
are
a right to
saying
live there, or do they have a right to do what they do there?
Distribute, motherfucker.
No, they don't.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
Aside from
They're helping people get high, man. Motherfucker, you have indulged. Not the crack.
I was about to say. I was about to say. Hold up, man. I've only smoked.
Yeah, man. You know you backed in the corner, motherfucker. I got
Hold
your
on,
ass.
No, but no. Is that all you were saying?
I just want your confirmation, sir. You agree that it's okay for crack dealers and that they are more than welcome to stay in the hood
No.
and continue to distribute.
No, not continue to
Why
distribute.
are you saying no? It's not their fault, whatever the crack does after they've distributed. All they do
You're right.
is hook it up.
You're right. It's not their fault for what. You're right. It's not his fault that somebody else did.
Y'all just heard him that fast? That nigga with the
You're
switch
right.
up
You're
there.
right.
It's like,
You're right. It's right.
yo, my name is Evan Negro Leonard, and I
but-
won this match.
But he is still not responsible. He's not responsible for what
You
someone
want a
else
towel to
did.
throw in?
He's not responsible for what someone else did after it, but he is responsible for
Minnow,
who
can we get a
to.
white rag?
No, ain't no white. He's not responsible for what. So you go sell to some dickhead down the street. Some dickhead robs a liquor store. Some dickhead gets shot for robbing a liquor store. You are responsible for selling to him, yes, but you're not responsible for what he did after he smoked what you sold him.
I want you to say what you just said again and then listen to what the fuck you just said.
You're not responsible for that.
You said, yes, you're responsible for...
Because you personally sold it to him. So yeah, at that point, you are responsible. The CEO of Winchester isn't personally selling rifles to people.
How is that not, bro? It's their name. It's their brand. Like,
She
what are you
isn't out
talking
here-
about?
You don't have to specifically go through
Look, bro,
her to
if
get a rifle.
when we literally put an issue on the shelf, me, Ian, and Static, when we put an issue on the shelf, if that shit turns out to be garbage, nigga,
Yeah.
it's not the fucking comic book shop fault because they bought the shit and then put it on the shelf, nigga. It's our fault because we wrote the shit. Static drew the bullshit, nigga, with monkey asses clapping on every page and shit, nigga, and I wrote the fucking context, and Ian was the one who fucking edited all of the shit. No, nigga, we are responsible, not the comic shop who provided the shit. Stop with the... You know you agree, motherfucker!
Don't read the comments.
Oh, my God.
They having a comment about a fucking talk about Chris Jericho versus blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's see. Gambit said crack dealers are a product of their environment, just like weapons are a product of the environment we live in. If you were the subject of a home invasion, would you rather or rather not have a weapon to better protect yourself and your family if the well-being of your family was in question?
Okay, so
that's from
first
Gambit.
off,
so Gambit, that's not the topic of discussion.
So, Gambit, also, I think your birthday just passed. I'm not too sure, but if it did,
happy birthday, yeah. The topic is a weapons manufacturer responsible for
morals and ethics.
more than that?
That's literally
Is a
what you
weapons
said.
manufacturer responsible for what some random low-level person on the street does with their weapon versus the other hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of people who do right with the weapon? But let's see. Static said, yes, you are. You created the path in the universe for him to do so. If you didn't sell, it wouldn't have happened. Again, you're responsible for selling it to him, yes. You had the option to not sell it to him personally. You knew that this person is for the most part, 9 times out of 10, you know that this person does stupid shit when they partake. You know that this person acts out of character when they partake. It's like alcohol. You can't blame You can't blame the makers of Crown just because somebody decided to get a little bit too much drunk off of their product and then decide to beat their wife. You don't blame the person who made the alcohol. You blame the person who partook in the alcohol. Right or wrong? When have you ever blamed the the distribution of alcohol? When have you ever blamed them?
So,
for alcoholics outrage?
Reminding you where you took us with this, you said morally and ethically. Are we still there?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yes. By that, yes, they are wrong. Look, man.
See, Mac Miller's drug dealers held them responsible for Mac's death, but I get what you're saying, Doom. I don't even blame his drug dealers for that.
Oh, that new law that is passed now, and it's probably going to go around the entire country. Actually,
probably.
Yeah, about if you provided someone with the drugs, and that's because we're having an opium situation. Opioids, I think that's what it is. The opioid situation that we're having. So, yeah, I that situation's gonna get out of hand, and he's actually gonna end up being like a poster child for that fucking shit.
Raven said this conversation went to GM, to Pokemon, to Power Rangers, to gun control, and they don't want. I don't know. You said they don't want 2 weapons of mass destruction. They're talking about the hood. Oh, they done went from weapons of mass destruction to now they talking about the hood.
You got to keep up with it because it wasn't necessarily the hood. It was just the place in the analogy.
That was just the,
So like, all right, here we go. Catching up again. Daryl Thomas says, so it's ethically wrong to create the gun knowing what it can be used for. A person defending himself with the gun is not ethically wrong. Okay, so this kind of ties in to what Gambit said, right? So here we go. Let's address that, right? Or at least me, obviously, because this is where my side of the argument.
So hold up, James. So with James, I think James is really confused too. So James, because he said the difference between selling illegal drugs that alter the mind and behavior and buying a registered firearm under the Constitution legally. My thing is, you can't blame a manufacturer of a weapons company for what one person, well, not one person, but what the few people that do fuck up with their weapon. Take into consideration
nigga, your homeboys, nigga, and I'm not gonna act like I didn't try to join either.
Nigga,
your homeboys literally went around the world to steal gold and oil, nigga. Be quiet.
We talking. I'm saying
with
that
those
you can't,
guns.
I'm saying we're using Winchester as one fucking
exactly. Yeah, this is not an attack
at Winchester.
At Winchester or anti-gun cries or whatever.
We're just using them as because I didn't feel like looking up who was the CEO of fucking Glock or Smith & Wesson, whatever. So I'm saying that Winchester, the CEO of Winchester is not responsible for what someone does with their weapon on a lower level because she didn't fucking personally provide said weapon to them. She's not in control. Okay, to an extent, she kind of is in control because they still have to go through a certain process to purchase the weapons, but she's not the one that's making the decisions on, hey, this person can buy this weapon, this person can buy this weapon, this person can buy this weapon. She's not the one selling it to everybody.
Yeah, I can see why you said James is. I can see why you say he's confused because he started talking about the difference between the drugs. That's not where we was.
So, and he brought up a drug reference, and I'm like, it can't. To a drug dealer standpoint, it's the drug dealer's fault because you had the option. You literally had the personal option to not sell to this.
No,
person.
It's the particular drug.
Yeah, we ain't talking. We talking crack, and we're not talking weed. But you had the specific option to not sell to this person. The CEO of Winchester does not have that option to say, "Hey, I see this person over here in fucking buttfuck Alabama trying to buy my goddamn weapon. 86 that shit right now." She doesn't have that luxury.
But she knows.
She doesn't know everybody that's buying her weapon.
So you're saying a person who deals in stocks.
She doesn't know everybody that's buying her weapon.
You're saying a person who deals in stocks, numbers, statistics, which is huge right now in the world. You're saying somebody who deals with statistics doesn't understand the numbers.
Static said, when you buy a firearm, you get warning papers, which you do. You don't get warning papers with crack.
That's mad funny. That's mad funny.
Yo, but see, this is
you don't get warning papers with crack, nigga. You get a whole fucking visual. Like you get nigga motherfuckers be looking around. You be like, oh yeah, there go all the warning signs. But you know,
no. So my whole thing.
No. Let me address this. So Gambit and Daryl's statements, they
I
align.
definitely must have messed up because I did not see anything from.
Yeah, they align.
Daryl.
They align. So here we go. Let me do my best to address this. Right. Once again, in order to protect yourself within this context that you guys are using, you're going to do harm. Now, the issue isn't why you're protecting yourself. Nobody's attacking that.
We have a caller, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to it. Okay, then. Caller, you're on with us, man. Who we talking to?
Yo, it's Jarrell, man. I had to slide up in here.
Yes,
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm telling you, you were just hitting my comments up just now, so I was going to let you finish, but might as well slide in here. Look, straight up, though, my opinion, I agree with you with the morality and the ethics behind the creation of guns.
Yeah.
I think that the creation of guns is literally going against the concept of moral responsibility.
Right.
I think that's literally where the definition was derived from. That was a perfect example. Winchester is morally wrong for creating those. The decision on and the point that you were making was because of what use it could do, not what they intended the use for. You know what I'm saying? So, like, basically, if I create an object right now, and that object has the ability to cure 50 people's cancers versus kill 51 people, I'm ethically wrong for creating that because of the harm it'll bring to life. But would you agree with that? Or?
No, that's literally an analogy I said earlier, right? Who was it that said it exactly? Because I want to give credit where credit's due. Was it Miguel? I think it was Miguel who said the car versus the gun. And it's the same thing. A car is not created or manufactured with the intention to do harm. It is possible for someone to be injured by a car. But a gun is created with the intention of one function, and that is to do harm. To say that it's to protect, right? In this action, you're still doing harm. It doesn't matter if you're the good guy in the situation or the bad guy. The action is a definitive.
Yes. But if you're talking about the situation of somebody having a gun and defending themselves, that depends, because morality isn't as stagnant as you would think.
No, so good versus evil is easily defined by who the fucking creator is. Easily defined by who's creating the parameters around good and evil.
The creator, straight up. Yeah, no. Once that decision was made and they created it, wrong, labeled. Well, I'm talking about the person defending himself. Some people could still label him because even though he's defending himself, protecting himself, he's causing harm to someone else.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's when I say creator, I mean literally who's ever arguing the point, right? Like if you're arguing the point, same thing for this situation. You're arguing the point that it's not harmful, then that means what's good and evil to you has a totally different definition from someone else's view.
True.
So.
But yeah, I had to share that, man. I agree with you. It's funny, like, I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but I just finished binging this one show on Netflix, and it's real funny. I'll start bringing this up.
What's it called?
It's called The Good Place. Yeah, The Good Place.
I love The Good Place.
I started it.
I hate this is their last
Y'all
season.
feeling that?
I just started it, bro. Yes.
I hate that it's the last season.
Bro.
Kristen Bell, bro. Ugh.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, like, all the stuff that they reviewed in I just made it to season 3, so I ain't gonna really say much, but all the stuff that they revealed in there, I swear it's just like shit y'all can be using in this conversation here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, these dudes had points, and you know what I'm saying? They using.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about first season. Season, all of that.
Absolutely, 100. Yeah, man, you already got it, man. I'm gonna get off this phone and get back on track. Y'all good.
No, all of you guys are always welcome to call us as much as y'all want to, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna let somebody else have the line.
Most definitely. If anybody else wants to share their views on this, we are asking you to do it.
You know what's funny about this entire thing? And I know it's probably crossed your head. The first day we did this podcast, we said we wasn't gonna touch politics. And we done went 30 minutes over time.
So you know me too, because this whole time, like, when we offer this, I'm gonna fucking let these niggas have it, bud.
Like, we went literally 30 minutes over time, and the first thing that we said doing this podcast when we started this 2 months ago is that 3 months ago.
See, and so, like, here we go. Gambit says the weapon is still a product of the environment. We live in a society where people are armed and will use said weapons with deadly force. To directly answer your question, no, I don't hold the manufacturer responsible. The manufacturer of cigarettes, which holds no health benefits at all, is not responsible at all for the later effects that the chain smoker develops. Knowing full well what is capable of from the big quote-unquote warning, and I'm trying to read it the way that you wrote it, sign from the Surgeon General on the same package period. Guns have 3 known practices: target practice, hunting, protection. Adults need to proceed with caution accordingly. Now, I do not...
That is a very good fucking thing. I wish I could have thought of that. That is a very good way of putting it. Like when you ask the function of a gun.
I do not disagree with the point of view he has here. So I'm with you. I do believe that is a great way to express that point, right? That's what we're both saying.
Yeah.
I do believe that's a great way to express it. Here's the issue, right? And just like with guns, and now here we go with cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about morals and ethics, they only work one of 2 ways, man. And that's literally good, bad, right? If
Cigarettes, there is no good though.
You said what?
There is no good with cigarettes.
And I think that's what Gambit was saying. He was saying like there's no health benefit, right?
Yeah.
So let's explain. Let's go further, right? If you are creating a product, right? If you're creating a product, it doesn't matter what the product is, right?
Yeah.
If the intention of that product is harm, there's no way around saying this is not morally or ethically right.
See,
it's just not.
To Gambit's credit, one of the other things that target practice, right? That is again, I wish I would have thought about that. Target practice is a very good, that is another intention of firearms.
Okay, so I addressed all, so before you even make that a long thing, once again, what are you doing to whatever you're doing it to?
Static said you only get 10 years for murder, so fuck the morals, right?
Anyways,
I just got word from my producer. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah. Fact is, like, what are you practicing for?
Some people just like to shoot, like me. I love to fucking shoot.
Love to fucking shoot, yeah.
Yeah, I take my rifle like at least twice.
Because you got to do something with the gun, right? You got to do something with it. What is the function of the gun still? Regardless of what you're doing with the bitch, what is the one function of a gun?
To protect, for target practice, or to hunt.
No. See, you're playing a game of semantics, nigga.
Thank you, Gambit. I used to hate you,
so
bro.
There's no fucking way to go around the fact that you tore up the piece of paper, the fucking metal material.
Anyways, we have to wrap this up.
Yo, man, you guys have been great, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Tea Time should be on right after us if it's not
should be
already
on right now.
So, mad love, y'all. Good night,
Pink
man.
Ranger did not throw anything into the sun, and guns are amazing.
You fucking troll. Oh, man. You threw it. Yo. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today, this evening. But I got a lot on my mind and I'd like to address it. So vibe with me. I feel like they've just awoken the beast. If I'm right, no more numbers asleep. Beats who snare to the beats. Parts of march in the streets. Core stored in the fleets. Nothing hard but the seats. How are we to succeed? We aren't allowed to breathe. Drowning without a cease. Seeing flesh compounded on peeps. We weaves increase to a cease. Many me's becoming extinct. Mother's birth ends as a leash. Father's done rebel to breach. We go through this without a choice. No King Malcolm's to spark our voice. They exclude to make fires moist. Only truth I'll exploit. In hopes I said something that's worth the quote. Lights finally come on. Your mind's running off of a boat. Look. Let's be more outspoken. A passion that starts open. Now I know that most of your palms closing, but please spread a wing and signal righteous motion. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through a light. Can't burn through a light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, but hope I can live for the fight. Live for the fight. I just wanna make things better to the point things couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through a light. Can't return to life. Now I know that
it's easier said than done, ain't it? Such a beautiful people, they can't but burn hatred. I know it said the grass is greener on the other side, but even at such a height, you're only such a size. Tell me, would you tell a cat it ain't a cat king? Because it's got a patch and it ain't one color scheme. I tell a dog it can't go around wagging its tail, cause it ain't long enough, I have a fluffy curl. Those analogies for reality, simple patterns when using human morality. I'm not trying to argue any ideology, I'm just speaking on the ideas we all can see. Yo, I believe in a better tomorrow, as sure as the moon leaves and the sun follows. Sure, the gravity on this earth is borrowed, and the weight we bear have been more than a carload. But y'all know a helping hand is impartial. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light. I'm supposed to be here tonight, I hope I can live for the fight, live for the fight. I just wanna make things better, to the point things couldn't be better, couldn't be better. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't return to life. Okay. Tell me something, yo. When did it become okay to let a change fade away? When did it become okay to let a change fade away? To let a change fade away, a change fade away, to let a change fade away, to let a change fade away. So put your hands in the sky and pray they don't burn through our light, can't burn through our light.